I can't move. Like, I physically cannot
Oh,
move.
I'm aware.
Okay. So, and I also am
That's
just waking up out of
Abaddon
a
is
horrible
not
dream.
aware of that though.
I'm not able to move, and I am recovering from a very horrible dream.
Okay,
So I'm not hearing the door. My mind is elsewhere.
that makes sense. Okay, in that case, Abaddon, you just kind of had a wacky discussion. You're probably within. You managed to kind of clean up what you did. You might want to look for some mops, but also you just heard a noise from downstairs. You had heard this prior, and it looked to be that Sardonyx was dealing with it earlier.
Uh, Nonalus, you want me to get the door for you, or you're still mad at me?
He literally cannot move. What? The door? Huh?
The door was knocking. You want me to get it, or
Oh,
should Amethyst get it?
uh. Yes, no. See who it is, I suppose. I need some time. I cannot move. Physically cannot.
All right. Do you have like some scented candles I can light so that?
Get out.
No, okay. I'll get the door for you. And I'll go downstairs and I open the door.
Okay. I'd say Sardonyx, you're nearby if you want to add, but it's if you're not feeling great, you can just be quiet for this. Okay. When you said you get to the door, do you respond or do you open the door? How do you go about it?
I open the door and say very loudly, "We don't want salesmen. If you're here for well wishing, what do you need?"
Finally, someone actually opened the door.
Can you
Uh,
just yeah?
I I had I need a sigil of the seconds of how do I say this? Uh, wait,
Calm down, gather your breath. What do you
who are
need?
you?
I'm the librarian. I read books.
Are
Many.
you? n- I was in the understanding that. Oh, I see. Nornless must have remarried. I didn't expect that. Are you his husband?
No, not really. I'm a companion of sorts. What do you need? You said you need a sigil. Yeah,
His
sigil.
I say sigil because it's the wrong term. It's a symbol, like a. I don't know if it's in metal. It's probably in felt.
Um,
It's of a.
sorry, X walks out.
Ah, yes, my lovely assistant can help you. The fuck is a sigil?
I
It's
look
like
up at it like this dumb bitch.
Hey.
are
I
you the
any
person I was talking to as well? I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not. I don't mean to cause an issue. I would want to know if on this, in the room of Felden, if there were any felt sigils or symbols, whatever you want to call it, of a bird. They might be in a little box. They might be. They might not be there. I just want to know if there were. Like that I could, attach to like a T-shirt or not, sorry, not T-shirt, so a shirt or piece of armor or a hat.
Alright, that's a very odd request. Just who the hell are you?
I want to make this really quick. I'm a little embarrassed to be here. My name is Drell. You look at him, and this person seems to be a human. They look kind of tall, but they're not too tall. As in, for human, they're reasonably tall. They're probably like around 6'1" or so. They seem to be bald. Well, actually, yeah, they seem to be bald, but they have a hefty beard. They're in a purple cloak, and the most noticeable feature of them is that they have these purple face tattoos. It looks to be like a line that goes along their like from a portion of their the side of their like jaw up along their cheek and then like back towards their head, and then they have another thicker line that starts like above their eyebrow, or their left eyebrow, and then goes along their side of over their head. Sardonyx, do a Arcana check or history.
Why not both? Sorry.
You would know that tattoos like these are often, or not all, there's some more complicated nature to it. You're not familiar with the full specifics, but like you're familiar and like you're fairly familiar, as in you don't know like what these symbols necessarily mean fully, but most people don't. These types of facial tattoos, especially because it's purple and because of some other aspects of it, seem to be linked to the wizardry society of Gress within the Skeg clan. It's as in these are more so the academy as well. Basically, this is a person who is a student of magic from Gress within the Skeg clan, which is that's a difficult. It means that he's kind of at least grew up in a kind of inclusive circumstance. Well, maybe not fully inclusive. It just means that they've kind of been able to. There aren't that many of them, and it also is a rather significant group. Okay, I say there's not many. There's a decent number. There's just not many. They're primarily within that clan. Okay. Yes, but I say my drill is Drell Guard. I've seen Norlis before. I've heard. I was in the belief that they lived here after doing some little research, and I just wanted to know if what I was asking for exists, and if I could have one. I don't know if it does, but I was just asking for one.
Let's ask the boss.
Give us 1 minute. We close the door and go upstairs to Nornalis.
I'm curious. Did either of you have the sense to put Norlis onto the bed because he was collapsed, slumped over on the ground in this city? Or is he still collapsed, slumped over on the ground as you're talking to
coming
him?
back up. This is the first time I have been back in the room since you fell down.
Did you put me on the bed when I fell down originally?
No, I was trying to get that crackhead off of you.
So I am still slumped over on the floor as
You.
I can't
slumped
move
over.
still. Okay, excellent.
To be fair, you didn't ask if anyone could put you up.
No,
okay.
you're right. I was unconscious.
I'm gonna stand over Nornalis. Sir Andren?
Yes. I still can't move.
I
I wish someone would help me.
hold on. I'm going to try to pick your up.
Oh no!
I'm not that heavy. It's fine. It just takes a
You
minute.
try to lift them, but you manage to do it, but it's just not you're getting bad angles. Maybe you're just not like maybe you can sleep.
You're
well.
not used to complete
But-
dead weight.
Oh my God. A princess is not built for this. Meanwhile,
Abaddon's just
Abaddon-
watching.
So
Nah,
Abaddon, yeah,
eventually I'll come in and just sort of lift you up.
Okay.
yeah, I won't have Abaddon even do a roll for that.
Thank you.
Brother.
I have a horrible pain in my neck. I wish you would have done that sooner, but thank you.
You're welcome.
What is...
Oh, But back to matters. There is someone named Rel at your door asking for a phone of some sort akin to a bird.
I assume something to do with my son?
Yeah.
Yes. There was also someone earlier. I don't know if they're asking
You
for
would-
an
You would know they're the same person. They sound like the same person.
Okay. I would also assume that this person was here earlier asking for an insignia patch, but you were passed out. So I told them to come back later.
How long has it been? It's been 10 minutes. It's been 10 minutes. It's been less than 10 minutes.
It's giving you the option to lie.
Who, me? Why would I lie?
I don't know. I was telling you. Like, the player, know how long it's been. I was telling you.
Yeah.
I
So,
know.
like,
I
if
would
you wanted to
have no
lie to
reason-
him until it's been like 3 days, like Norlis would have, you
no
know.
reason to lie.
Okay.
I am mischievous. I'm sorry. I would actually say it's been 10 minutes.
Wait,
Very impatient.
that means
What?
that, like, Abaddon. Okay, I mean, obviously, I knew that too, but also, I don't know if Abaddon knew that fully.
Yeah, no, that's
terms
why
of
I was
last
so
session.
angry. That's why I was so angry at him. It's been 10 fucking minutes and he's sitting in my house. Anywho. Well, that's a relief that I was only out for that long. 10 minutes twice a day. He's impatient. I don't recognize that name. Do I, Ian?
I have a simple question.
Okay.
Would you have tried to get the names of the
No.
of the Blue Ravens? Okay. Like when they met you.
No.
In that case, would you have tried to do so at any later or previous point?
No.
Okay. And this is not something you would have. This is not one of the
Okay,
original people who
cool.
would have met you then. So yeah.
Don't
no,
know his
you
name. That's fine. I still can't move. I can't move for another 10 minutes, just for reference.
Yeah, they're slumped back on the floor. They look like they're physically weak and a bit. Their eyes coloration isn't like it's not just like dull. It looks a little bit different per se. Like yeah, maybe parts of it has dull, but it doesn't look like it's like something that's now it's just that. It looks like it's like within a like a transitionary stage in terms of coloration, as if it's like it's hard to explain. It looks different, but
Opaque.
it doesn't look like
The word you're
oh,
looking
it's
for
just
is opaque.
yeah. Yeah, I guess.
No, I think it looks different. Mm-hmm.
He wants an insignia of the Ravians?
I would assume so.
Abaddon, would you prop me up in a chair, please, while I can't move well? And Miss Nephilis, would you bring the boy inside to speak with me?
Oh, to be fair, I was just gonna princess carry you downstairs, but that's easier.
I am 93 years old. Let me retain some dignity, please.
I shot in your house. That dignity went out the window with the other toy. Alright, I'll prop you up.
Okay, you managed to prop him
Abaddon.
up and get.
Mr. Abaddon,
Yes?
collapse.
What?
Oh,
I fall to the floor. Oh!
I was confused for a second. I was like, what, is this casting spell? I don't see a spell. Is this some other? Okay. Yeah, roll a wisdom save.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
don't roll a wisdom save. You rolled a natural 1.
Huh?
Good use of that.
Oh, that is crazy.
You rolled a natural 1.
Okay. Did you guys leave the door open?
I fall
No,
to
no,
the
they
floor
shut the
like
door.
a-
They said they shut the door.
Okay. Okay.
I fall to the floor like a sack of wet shit. I just lay there.
For 6 seconds. Yep.
So the person outside hears a strange thud inside the house.
I mean, I'm going downstairs to let them in as nonetheless requested.
Yep.
Okay.
And you hear Abaddon collapse on the ground heavily.
Haze it, no mind.
I respect you, Miss Abaddon. I suggest you mind your manners a little bit better.
Okay. So once you let the person in, they kind of look around a little bit. They start to walk up the stairs, and they look up the stairs. Wait, just to confirm, Norlis, you're still at the top of the stairs, right?
I'm in my bedroom.
You
He's
kind of
in.
got-
I'm in my bedroom.
No,
I'll
Okay.
lead them upstairs. This way, follow
Okay.
me.
Yes.
The idea that Felden's room is also upstairs.
Mhm.
This person seems to walk up. They look a little uncomfortable, but they it's almost as if they kind of didn't want to fully do this, but are now kind of they did it on a whim, and now they've kind of gotten into doing it.
Okay.
But they walk up the stairs, and they look to one side. So first, more or less, is the door to your room still open?
Yeah?
Would they be able to see you in the bed, or would you say you would have your bed not in such a location that if
I
the
am
door was
in
open,
a
you'd be able to see
chair,
it?
as I asked Abaddon.
Oh, sorry, the chair. I meant to say the chair.
Yes.
Is the chair in that? Okay,
Yes.
as it's visible. Okay.
Yes.
They look to you, and you look back at them, and you know for a fact you've seen this person before.
Okay.
This was one of the Blue Ravens who visited you that many months ago.
Okay.
They look to you for a almost as if they feel like they should properly go to you, but then they look to the room where Felden's room was, and then they look back to you, and they start to step a little closer. I- Hello, I'm it's a little awkward.
Yes, I would stand up and greet you, but I am currently reeling from the effects of an artifact. So,
The
I
awkward,
cannot.
but you're. Well, the awkwardness was on my part, not on yours. I'm not saying that. What artifact?
That is not of your concern. What can I do to assist you? I recognize you as one of the few that returned to inform me of my son.
Yeah.
What can I do for you, young man?
I wanted to know if I could have or maybe borrow I don't know this for certain. I'm in the understanding your son may have made felt insignias of the Blue Ravens, and I wanted one.
To what end?
To what end do I keep
Yes.
it, or what do you mean by that?
Why do you want it?
In Odin's name. Ugh, They kind of like have a long, deep breath. I made a mistake. We had ours, each member had one. Most of them weren't the original they made. And I threw mine out. Yeah, I guess that's a simple answer. I didn't want to tell you that. But I guess I've done anyway.
Do you want to take something of mine because you were negligent in keeping your own?
I guess we can frame it that way.
Is this something I would know that, do I know of any of them in my room, in my son's room? Is there a number of them? Is there one? Etc., etc.?
You would know that, like, early on, that your son tried to, like, make some stuff for his venturing group.
Yes.
And now, if you've gone through them in detail or gone through this, I'd say you'd know. But if you kind of had, like, left it be, you would probably not know specifics. So which one would it have been?
I've gone through my son's room, not through, like, in an intrusive way, more of a in remembrance way, several times over the past year.
Okay. In that case, you would know he has about 3 to 4 kind of rough, like, felt patches that are of the Blue Ravens. Some of them look a little bit. Some of them look to be kind of not great, but you can definitely tell that the draft stage was something that kind of came after he had initially started to make them, as in drawings were more of a draft. They had the design kind of pretty standardized by the time he started making felt patches.
Okay. Yes, I could bequeath one of these to you. Again, why do you want it?
I wanted to rejoin the Blue Ravens. And I had some business I need to attend to, and I wanted to, at least in my awkward circumstances, I wanted to, I don't know, make people believe I was still a member, which is kind of, technically, I sort of am, I guess. There's no real, we don't have an official removal process or anything. I simply, said some things that were which I don't really fully stand by, and I left. And I'm surprised I even survived that, since I was, well, bleeding fairly badly at the time. It was a month ago.
I don't need to know the inner drama of the group.
Well,
Truth of the matter is that you were a friend of my son at one point, and I see no reason to deny you something that I can impart.
That's good to know. That means a lot. I should probably tell you, after, our circumstances, we traveled to Gress, and we kept looking for your son. I'm sorry for not knowing that, but it was something we had decided on.
Appreciate it. I've been doing my own searching as well. I believe I'm close to finding him.
What? Really?
The details of it matter not. What I know now is, in one manner or another, my son is alive still. And several members of your group have located him out near Flat Elk.
He kind of, like, puts his hand on his scalp, and he just kind of, like, he looks to the side, and he almost bangs at the wall, but he kind of then flattens out his hand, and he just kind of looks down for a second. Oh my Odin's name, I can't. Thank you. Oh my god. And they kind of look as if they're just, like, regretting an action of theirs they've already kind of told you about, but also it's just they're kind of surprised. Were they alive? I assume yes, based on what you would say.
I'd like to roll an insight check on this man to see if I can determine any of his intents. There's something about him that feels off that I can't quite place. I want to see if I can roll an insight check to delve into that. Nope.
Yeah,
Yep.
you aren't quite sure.
Okay, that's fine. Yes, and no. I was only able to glean so much. Due to my own due diligence, was abhorrently hard to track down, so the means in which I was able to employ were not the most detailed, unfortunately.
If there's some things I have to say to you, but I really don't think I should, and I don't know if I will, because they're not worth saying, especially now. But there is one thing I can say. Do you intend to go find them? If so, there's someone in town who might, well, I don't know if per se they have any skills particular to help you out. I mean, maybe some, but more so there's someone who I know who could possibly be of interest.
Yes, I do intend to find my son. It's all I've spent
well,
doing since you came to me 6 months ago.
The conditions out there are, out in that part of Elkin is frost tundra aren't good. I left that place for, well, because I gave up, but if you intend to go out there, whatever means you do, someone I once met on a different tundra is now here in town, and there's someone who I think can take a couple hits and might be able to maybe scare off some frost giants. I'm not fully sure, but from my understanding, there's a show going on at the library. I think it's okay, meta question. What time of day do you guys view this as?
Like noon.
Because I kind of lost the after the 2-day sequence. I've kind of gotten to where I wasn't really clear what point in time you guys arrived at. I was kind of just doing based off what you guys thought it was.
Yeah, I think it's like noon.
Noon
Okay.
to like early evening.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was thinking it was like 5 to 6 p.m. and I was like,
No, I don't think it's
that
quite
seems
that
a little
late.
late. So yeah, so noon makes more sense. Okay, in that case, we'll go with like noon or maybe 1 p.m. There's in a couple of hours. There's a show. There's a creature of the north there who we once encountered, and I think the situation at the moment doesn't look great. So I feel like if you explain who you are and what you're doing, I think they'd be more than happy to go with you if you can get them out of their current predicament.
Okay, a creature?
I guess calling it that's a little...
Not in the line of work of recruiting beasts in my travels.
Well, I guess they're not simply a beast, but they do things that are similar to one.
Does this creature have a name?
Yes, it's fuck. What was it? Well, the signs, they were saying it a little differently, but I believe it was Jevibu or Jevib. I think it was Jevibu. I don't remember how that was spelled. But I've seen some signs that seem to. They say J something, but these signs are maybe inaccurate. as in, well, this shows his Vim as a anthropological specimen, I guess you could say. Sorry for this has been so awkward. I'm just trying to. I have questions that don't deserve answers from you. I apologize for even being here.
I feel
They
like
look kind
with
of
him,
upset.
I feel like with his winded way of talking, that 10 minutes is just about passed now. Is that fair to say?
I mean, that's not really quite what I had in mind, but
Okay, then never
we can
mind.
go that route. Oh,
Do
okay.
what you're doing.
Okay. I'll say this. I will hopefully see you again. And VIP them again. And if you go to the library, you might even see me there. Oh, there's one other thing. That's not the only person. There's another. It might be more. Well, okay. I actually don't even know if that person's might go with you, but how do even say? It doesn't matter. Whatever. God damn it. In Odin's name. Are you intending to use any scrolls to get closer, or you can just sail?
Just been granted this information minutes before you arrived.
Okay, well, if it's a former, look out for, I guess a different creature per se.
Mm-hmm.
A more feathered one, but not like you. I don't mean I'm obviously say pointing to Sardonyx. I'm gonna get. If I could have one of those symbols, I'll take it, and then I'll be out of your way. I apologize for even being here. I don't think I should have been here.
You traveled with my son. I'd like to see his party members act with a little more confidence. You stood by his side. You fought
I lost
alongside.
hope.
Yes. You're human. It happens. Do not pity your weakness. Simply aim to be stronger. The only way you can move is forward.
I mean, I feel like
If all you do is beat yourself up for the past mistakes you made, you'll never be able to move past them and make them better. You are a warrior that fought along my son. He is proud of having you by his side. If he wasn't, he wouldn't have had you. Hold that with pride.
You really are his father. Thank you.
Miss Nicholas, if you would be as kind as to, in the back drawer of third layer behind some books, just fucking completely inundating details of where the things are. Would you retrieve one of those brooches for the young man here for me, please?
As you wish, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Nicholas. Young man, you should hold yourself high in respect of a princess. I meant to say presents. I said the wrong word. I meant to say presents.
I think princess also works, but okay. Okay.
No, presence of a princess. I said respect.
Oh, I thought you meant instead of presents instead of princess.
No.
Okay, that's why I was confused.
I said respect of a princess, and that was the wrong word. I meant presence of a princess.
Oh, I see. I didn't know. I'll be honest. I'm not that familiar with what you are, but I'll view you as a princess if that's correct. I should probably specify when I was talking about that other person. There's a lawman in town, or maybe there's a different way to call them. And they by happenstance, they met me, looking for me even, but more looking for the rest of them, thinking that they may have came back here. As in, there's someone in town that was looking on hiring the Blue Ravens to head out in that workplace, but I've not. I don't know how you intend to go to exactly where they are is necessarily where they intend to go, but you'd have to talk to them. As in, I'll give you a name. They go by the Truth Seeker.
Going to take some time to rest now.
At least I call them that. So, I'll let you leave to rest. I may be in town in a few more days. You might see me at the library.
Then I will see you around.
Thank you so much. And they kind of hold the patch and hold it to their heart before kind of putting it away, knowing they'll try to attach it, sew it to their clothes, or
Hold your head high.
theoretically ironing it later if that's ironing is a thing that exists.
Hold your head high. My son wouldn't want to see otherwise.
Well, I agree. There may be other reasons why I do not wish to hold my head high, and I mean that in more of a, well, let's just say I don't quite agree with these tattoos anymore. Let's just say that. Well, see you around. Have a great day. And they walk down the stairs and kind of they say that final thing as they kind of close the door and walk out.
Oh goodness, that was like pulling teeth.
That boy needs to go through puberty.
I think
For context, I have an image for what they looked like.
Oh god. Lay it on me.
Let's go.
Where is it? Where are you posting
I'll
it?
post it in a second. I'll post it in oh, where is it? I'll post it in
Cool art.
I guess I was gonna post it in the normal channel, but
That works
Did we
too.
move campfire chat? Yeah, okay. There we go. This is more normal than you're expecting, I think. Or maybe not. I did mention they had a beard.
Oh goodness, he looks like someone took a barbarian's head and stuck it on top of a wizard. That is an interesting... Okay. Yes, no, he,
Oh god.
he could do for an air of confidence. So now that I have a moment to gather my thoughts, let me attempt. I was successful in using the artifact. It did reveal to me where my son is.
That's great. Where is he?
Flat Elk?
Oh.
I'm not terribly familiar with that area myself. He certainly did not look the best. Much like myself, now I imagine he's had his own set of problems up until this moment. So I suppose now, once I can move these damnable limbs on my own again, I have a few tasks I need to handle within the city. Checking in with the people who employ me at the library and aided in my expedition to Vetberg originally. Gathering supplies, transcribing spells. There's a few things I need to handle in the next day or two. Maybe we will take him up on his suggestion and seek to recruit more than just the three of us now.
Yeah, that sounds pretty smart.
From what it sounded like, we are... That elk may or may not be destroyed now by Durak and his armies. I don't fully know. I believe I was witnessing a glimpse of the past. So I don't know what happened after that passed and it ended. But whatever we do, we need to prepare accordingly. Yes, we need to prepare accordingly.
Okay. Let me sort of something. Meta question.
Yeah.
In the last, okay, 4 sessions ago. Oh, I see. I never did. Okay. I was gonna ask you if I ever showed you a map of Oscarval.
Yes.
Did I put it on the Roll20?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I gotta find it. All right. Okay. I'll put that up a second. I'll say that 10 minutes go past. And you guys would have a chance to kind of clean up and kind of get yourself ready for, walking through the town and whatnot and getting your stuff up. Let me pull that up in a second. Where did I put that? I have to drag it back out. Okay.
You two in need of anything in specific? I know it's been a moment since likely either of you have been in a proper town, given how our travels went.
I say the main thing we kind of need is I wouldn't mind having some healing potions and maybe picking up a pipe.
I'm more meant of the leisurely sort, because I cannot guarantee the next time we will be in a place of ease of rest.
I would most likely pick up some scrolls. This is the best place.
It certainly is.
Oh, there was something I was meaning to mention to you, well, for starting on Expert or Everfist. You would know that this Oscarval, if there were any ancient weapons or Vapin, as I think what we call it, or albeit we can go with some other name, if we look back at the poll. If there were stuff you didn't wish to carry with you further, this wouldn't be a terrible place, or more so a library, or certain parts of it, to drop off, perhaps? Because you'd be at least handing it in the hands of academics. It's not to say they'd be the safest there, but they'd be safer than most places, and they have means to make it more safe, but also it's more of a place that you'll know will kind of at least achieve what you wish to be done with them, which is for them to be studied and archived and whatnot. Or at least information of them to be. And that's also even stuff you're taking with you. It wouldn't be the worst idea to, find like an archaeologist or something that's of interest. Also, I'll say the next thing in. I'll just gonna type it really quickly in DMs.
You said you were looking for a pipe?
Yes.
I don't partake of tobacco myself, but I do think there are a few dispensaries amongst the city.
All I'm saying is I have a generally very rough appearance. I think a pipe would sharpen it up a bit, Just a bit of dapperness.
I mean, that's potentially accurate.
Delightful.
Andre.
Yes.
And a friend said something. My God pulls out a sword.
Yeah, no, you cut out completely. I didn't hear a word of that.
She said recent events has made things slip her mind, so she pulls out a sword. Do you by chance know of anyone who can help us with this?
I'm assuming they're pulling out Tearfling or showing.
No, you recognize the sword as Claire's sword.
Oh. Well, did I even touch Claire's sword at any point?
I don't think you did.
Yes, that's Claire's sword. You can sell it, I suppose.
Well,
Oh.
Claire trapped in this sword?
I don't remember being told this.
I placed it in your hands.
I take the sword.
You, Normalus, you start to hear odd whispers. After, like, a couple seconds, these whispers kind of, get louder, and then suddenly you hear... Hello?
Hello?
It's been a while.
Claire?
Hi,
You are in a sword, okay.
that's what I've been led to believe.
Did you mean for that to happen?
No.
Okay.
By the way, is Moritar still there, by the way?
No, he's gone his separate way. It's just myself, Messiah.
Woo! Yeah! Ah! Fuck yeah! Woo! I would like you to roll a con save.
Oh? I don't like that.
Oh my god. That was...
Okay, that's pretty decent.
The sword almost rattles in your hand, like intensively so.
Okay.
Sorry about that. It's just I've had a lot of time to think. You guys have been busy, and they tried to tell me I was dead at first, and that really has been kind of eating away at my soul, and become my not in a literal way, but at least don't think. And I'm just happy that that person's no longer around here because I really don't like them.
Okay.
Yeah, they when they first found me, they led me to believe that I was dead or I was going to be dead, and I'm not dead, I don't think. Or at least I am, but not in a you get the point.
Yes, that was terribly loud.
I didn't think that I could get that loud. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I don't think I have good news for you. I do not believe you have a corporeal form anymore.
Oh, I know that.
Um,
I just know I'm not in the afterlife or whatever it could be, because if that was the case, then the afterlife is just darkness and loneliness, and I don't like that.
no,
Which it could still be that that's the
the
case.
Astral Sea is much better than that. So I've heard.
Well, I mean, there's also limbo, but you know.
Yes, that hasn't happened terribly often for most mortals.
I'm not most mortals.
No, you're right. You are currently a sword. I would agree with that statement.
Do you know any sword archaeologists or sword studiers or?
I am.
Where are we?
We are currently in my home city of Ostraval. I could absolutely ask around, toss my weight around within the library to see if I could inquire to some heavier researchers into enchanted weapons. I don't want to give you false hope, though. This may very well be your reality to converse with your wielder moving forward. I've heard of similar magical items.
Well, I will say, this blade was one of my father's. There's a likelihood that they or someone else in the Cardin Kingdom may have a good understanding of what's happened to me and might be searching for me, but I don't know that for certain. Makes sense to me. Since the fact it would do this would imply my father would keep such a thing on purpose. I'll put myself in your hands, but not, I guess I already am, literally, but I mean, in a different sense. Whoever you hand me to, I trust you with that in mind. Whether you or Sardonyx or whomever is still with you.
Yes, I will do what I can. And I will hand the sword back to Sardonyx. So, that is a person and a sword. I don't know what to do about that. The best we can do is ask around the library, yes?
Okay,
I
so
guess it's an option.
What?
Oh. I guess it is our only option?
I would have to agree. It seems many of our tasks currently are centered around the library, so let us make our way there. Mr. Abaddon, maybe you could find something more on your home village within the library. Now that I am aware of a few things, there are ground rules. 1, you may not sit in the library. 2, you may not damage any books within the library. Rule 3, failure to abide by those rules will result in punishment from me. 4, that is not a threat. It is a promise.
Right.
Abaddon, roll an intelligence check.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You see, I have already been to this library.
That's a pretty decent, that's a decent intelligence check.
Damn.
You would feel so. You think about it for a second. You're like, okay, I get he's kind of nagging at me, whatever. But then you realize that maybe the reason they're saying this isn't just because you've shown that you're willing to shit in urban spaces, but also because they're a librarian. Something you might have kind of, I mean, although it's been kind of clear recently, it might have kind of swayed your mind a little bit that at the end of the day, the people who watch over that place is what their Nornis's profession is.
Out of character, I don't know what you're actually telling him.
I'm saying that
Oh.
it's a reminder to, is a way like they have a kind of eureka moment where you're saying that and they're like, oh wait, shit, yeah, they actually do work in that space, like a friendly reminder of that.
Okay.
And these rules are because you are employed in such an establishment?
Yes,
Yeah,
no, it's because you don't damage things that don't belong to you, and you don't shit in places that don't allow shit in them regularly.
I preferred it in my tribe, but fair.
You prefer what?
I preferred life in my tribe. This shit in the city is nonsense. I can't shit wherever I want. Don't damage this, don't damage that.
Normalus, if you know where he lives, do a
I don't.
history check? Okay. If you don't, then no.
Now, Mr. Abaddon, let's say you have
Yes.
a wonderful axe.
Mm-hmm.
The best axe you've ever owned.
Already do, when I pull out the Axigletnir.
Now, if I take that axe and render it entirely unusable, how would you feel?
I would bash you to death with your own spine.
Yes. Now you see that anger, that rage you would feel. These books, a lot of people feel that way about them. That is their best axe.
That's pretty fucking lame, but if it's the life, you know, I kinda get it. Why not just get an axe?
Can you read an axe?
You can swing an axe.
That's not what I asked you.
No,
roll an int check, Abaddon.
No.
On advantage, seeing as this is about axes.
Oh my god. Sure.
Come on, that's 20. Fuck.
I mean, that's still a
So,
decent roll. Still a decent roll.
Okay. You would know that sometimes axes have writing on them and runes, so technically you can read an axe.
Well, actually, you see, if you take an axe with runes, you can't read that. So yes, you can read an axe.
So how's it different from a book?
An axe is significantly cooler.
See, I can cast magic from my book. I think that's pretty interesting myself.
I can do the same with my axe. I smash it into the ground and we've got unlimited water.
Yes, and I can do that without an axe with my book.
Fuck. You gotta teach me that.
If you respect my books, I may well one day.
I promise I will be nice to your books.
Excellent. Let us move forward then.
Yep, let's get going.
I make sure to lock my doors and windows and all that as we leave the house. The background is folio.
Okay. So you start to walk along the town. As you're kind of going around, you see some flyers, and more so you see for like some type of show that's at the library. The creature of the north, with a name which starts with Z. Witness the wonder, the majesty. With your framed anthropologist. What was the name? I hide it. Where was it? Oh, Mr. Salapak, or Dr. Salapak. You also kind of see some news. You see some people. You see a variety of people kind of discussing the news. More so, there seems to be a newspaper stand, which you know, it's not. It's not to say that like the global way, like the way in which news information is done, is more varied. There's definitely also like people kind of showing up around, but it does seem to be that there seems to be a stand that's selling newspapers, and there seems to be quite a few people around it, which, you know, it happens here there, but given the circumstances, if there was big news, it probably would be about the war. As you keep okay, let's do something. As you keep walking, eventually you get to the bridge, kind of having to kind of walk by the fishmongery, and you see the Temple of Mir right, you know, very close by, which is quite interesting. You've seen it many times, well, many times. And Amethyst, you've seen it a handful of times, but it seems to be a religious temple with a. Towards the back of the temple, there's the wood of the that it's constructed on has been carved to look like a large face, which is maybe slightly upsetting, but mostly a fairly, you know, well-made piece of art. And the face, although not necessarily scary looking, if you weren't, you know, if you were at night and had no context, it might be, but it's a quite it's perhaps the like the triumph of many a woodcarver. As you finally start to kind of cross the bridge, there are a few guards here and there. Leaving the library was no big deal, but entering it, you know, is something that people kind of, at least to some degree, make sure who goes in and out, or more so the former. A couple people look you down, and several of them recognize Nornless, not just from the other day, but just in general, and they kind of look to see the people with you. Sir Andren, hello, good morning. Or
Good morning.
well, a little late for a morning, but either way. Are you heading to your office, or is it something else?
I'm heading to the headmaster's office. I need to speak with them about my recent expedition.
Okay, good. Are those two people with you?
Yes, they are.
The
They are
Okay.
companions of mine. They assisted in this expedition.
Okay. I'd like to quickly mention, it seems to be that there's been a little drama about the about you showing up. Apparently, it looks to be that people are a little afraid about the teleportation sigil. The person in charge of that, I believe, is Orpho Thunderhoof. You may want to give him some discuss him a little bit. Apparently, you might be one of the last people to use it, albeit I don't think you're any fault of yourself for that circumstance.
And I did use
Well,
it to
nothing
return to the
happened,
city.
but I don't know the details, but apparently a librarian who had information on it seems to have been either killed or captured down south in the war. I believe they were in Svalbard, which if you don't know the news, maybe I don't hate to spoil it for you, but has been taken by the Altons.
Okay, I will go and speak to them as well then.
I mean, you don't have to, but it's
No, you.
they might have interest in you. That's all. I don't know.
No, you communicate with your colleagues, and I am, if nothing, amenable to discussion. I will
Okay.
make time for them. Should you see them and soon before I make my way, would you inform them that I will be speaking with them? Thank you.
I'll try.
Not
and you
to
finally
go out of your way, just if you see them.
Okay. And the guards kind of open the gate for you, or more so, it's the gate's kind of oriented in such a way that like leaving is really straightforward, but to enter the like how to put it, think of it like if it's like basically you can push it, but you can't pull from like you can push it from one side, but not the other. That's kind of how it functions.
Okay.
Rather than being a gate, they have to fully lift for you, albeit they do have locks they put on it to some extent, but not always. But either way, they have people that basically from the other side will open it up for you if there's no one normally walking past.
Okay.
Okay, but you guys managed to get through. Okay. Now, based on that, where do you guys head to go? I would say the office you're looking for would be in Free, which is the primary library.
Oh, that's where I would take everyone to first.
Okay. So you managed to walk through some halls, and for Abaddon, this seems to be the largest. Well, you've perhaps seen a library. Maybe I'm trying to think. Well, yeah, you saw a library of sorts in the ruins of Vetberg, I believe. At least some stuff. Yeah. You not necessarily went to the Vetberg library, but still, that's something. But this is, in terms of what a library is, this is kind of beyond your comprehension. There are more books than rats you have ever seen.
What a comparison.
Okay. But you keep going, and you finally manage to get to the current kind of person who's the head of this. The person who you look to see, named Arsh.
Okay.
Arsh Dwarfblood, and they're a dwarf of sorts, and they've kind of worked in their position through various circumstances. But it's the wrong channel. Yeah, I'll post it right place in a second. They look to you, and they're just kind of sitting in their office. Would you take Abaddon and Sardonyx in with you into the room, or do you leave them outside, or how do you go about doing it?
No, I bring them inside. They're my companions. Okay. They assisted me.
Okay.
They were part of the expedition, quote unquote.
Okay. Well, okay. So Arsh kind of looks to you. Oh, it's been some time. You're finally back. Sorry, it's been some. Can we get it over? It's been some time. You're finally back.
Sorry. Yes. The expedition was not as fortuitous as I had hoped, but I did glean a few interesting items.
Magnificus. That's wondrous. What have you, what type of items did you per se?
He can just talk normally, and he doesn't have to sound. um. I can I say I think I mentioned it, but I didn't get a proper answer on this way back when. And I apologize for possibly asking for a wild retcon, not wild, a while back retcon. I had anticipated gathering notes from the Dragon's Library, just generally.
I was in the belief you did that, yeah.
Okay, so I will procure the notes that I gathered from there. A very aged researcher had documented many numerous things. I haven't had a chance to sort and orient the notes, and I just produced like a textbook stack or two of notes of varying things, of intricacies of magic, tinkering, and such. I think these will be fascinating and useful, frankly, if we document them properly, and it's probably be wise to transcribe them and sort them appropriately, but that is an interesting one. I located several books as well of varying interest of degree of interest, and I just produced the books that I gathered from throughout Vetberg. Any book that I grabbed of notable ideas.
Okay. That's quite good.
This one is more useful to me currently, so I will not be giving it over to the library just yet. It is a wizard spell book. I would like to transcribe the spells within before I hand it over, so I can attempt to utilize some of the magic myself.
Andren.
Yes.
Do you think it's possible I can leave Tearfling here?
Okay, that is something I wish you wouldn't have said out loud. Okay.
You what?
Just one moment, please.
That's...
No. Headmaster, yes. I will address that in a moment. We are talking about books. Urgent's beard. Did you say that in a whisper?
Indeed.
Did you say that in a whisper, at least, Sardonyx? Did you just
come
out and scream that?
There would have been a hallway outside of here, and if
was there no modicum of subtlety with that? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, did you say it loud enough that if someone was walking by in the hall, they probably could have heard?
Yeah, like at what volume did you just say that, please?
Sardonyx is very quiet. I talk very soft.
Okay.
They still probably would have heard that. At least the people in the room.
Did you mean to say that quietly?
Yes,
was that a whisper in Nornalis's ear?
I assumed they were doing it so that the person would have heard it, but
that's what I'm clarifying right now.
If I wanted to ask them, I would have directly. I was genuinely asking.
Okay, so I guess roll a stealth check to see if he heard you.
Yeah.
Better question is, can you speak Siren?
No.
I don't know if anyone's. Do we actually set a Siren language?
Yes, I speak Siren. It is language
okay.
I do not speak Siren.
That is a near-dead language. Unless, yeah.
Imagine I say it in Siren, everyone looks at me like, what?
Just bird squawking.
Well, maybe the harpies might know. Let's see.
Also, does non-listen actually know Draconic?
No.
All the notes from Dragon. It's just how different ways to cook a potato.
It's different ways to what? It's different ways to what?
It's just different ways on how to cook a potato.
Oh my god, that's great.
I'm just kidding, but that would be hilarious.
That'd be so funny.
While you roll stealth, I'll get to the everything. So okay, for the notes, I can, and if you'll leave them with me, I can have them copied and then given out to some people to kind of fix it out. But also, if these, depending on what these are, it's my Draconics. It'll not great at the moment, but at least some of these formulae look alchemical in nature, but there's some people in the college that may have interest in this.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
I
that's
do.
good, and I can
Go ahead.
these books to if these are donations to the library for Bookwise,
Oh, absolutely. No,
you
no.
have a reason
This was an expedition for the library, so I wanted to bring back everything I could. You were the ones who helped fund my expedition after all.
There are some forums I would like you to do, but I can get most of them done. Well, actually, I could probably do most of this right now. I'm kind of busy. Just quick thing. Where did you get these? You said you got the books in Vetberg. Is that correct?
Yes.
Which did you? Where did you get them?
There was
I can tell you.
There was the Scribes Academy. There was the Paladinary. There was Vetberg Castle. There was a few places I picked things up. Finding hidden rooms, intermittent notes strewn about them.
Okay, I get the point. And these notes were also from Vetberg?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll try to. I may have other questions for you, but I'll try to do most of the forums. I think we'll be good on that. Okay, that's a great meeting you. However, wait, let me roll his perception.
Well, if she said it in Siren, nobody understood her. I think she was
Yeah,
assuming that.
did you? I feel like that's like a kind of a cheap thing. But actually, no. The thing I meant to say, I actually said in a language that no one will understand, so there's no point me saying it.
Well, they did say that before they rolled their cell check. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, but you can't. You kind of. I feel like that's like an unfair retcon.
Okay.
Unless you had a reason for saying it in Siren, Sardonyx?
It sounded like Amethyst thought I spoke it. Truthfully. Whatever you roll, Ian. Just we can move forward.
I was waiting for Sardonyx to say something.
Okay.
Sardonyx, you here?
I was muted. I was saying I really thought you spoke Simon. I don't know why.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, that works. If you feel like you would have taught them Siren at some point, or thought you believed you had,
Okay.
but I'll justify it. Okay, in that case, they wouldn't have known. They've just been the dwarf would just kind of look at you funny because like, what are you whispering? Okay, whatever.
Like, Nautilus and I met long ago. I would have assumed that maybe as a librarian he would look up and learn a thing or two.
Unfortunately,
that's a very self-centered thing.
I didn't know that language existed before this session, so that wouldn't have been on my mind, unfortunately. Mr. Fliss, I don't know quite what you said to me.
Oh my.
Oh.
This happens to me in real life. Like, I will talk to my friends, go silent, and just start talking in Spanish, and no one speaks Spanish. So they all just look at me like, bitch, English, me, oh.
So do you say anything in common or any other language then?
I don't know. I don't like being looked at, and everyone is looking.
So you just shut up? Right.
My scale turned bright red, and I walk back.
Okay, we will address that in a bit. Yes.
Before you go, I have a question. Sorry, I see you have some friends with you. Excuse me, Sir Tiefling. Do you have a name?
Me?
Yeah.
That is Mr. Abaddon.
Yes, you. Oh, wondrous Abaddon. I have a quick question for thee.
Yeah?
In my past, I once was in a magnificent and wondrous courthouse in the city of Gress, and upon that courthouse, emblazoned on the ceiling, was this painting of a beauteous, wondrous, just, I can't even have artistic skills or knowledge to really say how wondrous it was, but it was of a a golden axe that, well, it was as bright as the sun, but not really. It's just its gold was bright, and it looks to be. But is that what you? Is that the? What is the axe you happen to have with you? With the assumption that your axe is not like hidden in a backpack because it's big. I mean, it's not like a great axe, but I assume you have it like on your back or on a sheath. Is that correct? Unless you're carrying it openly.
It's on my back.
Okay.
Uh,
With the blade visible, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's the axe glitton here.
Oh, so I was correct in my assumption. Interesting. Are you willing to donate to the library?
Fuck no.
Yes, no, they are more of a martial means than scholars are. They are not likely to part with weaponry that can keep them safe in travels.
Well, I should probably say I understand that. I will say though, how do I even go about this? Well, the Joko clan is a clan that's very small at this point. There's not too many members, but it's not dead per se, and they have more, from my understanding, than that of, like, let's say the Floyd clan. But I was walking the library earlier, and there's a one particular one well, I guess they're a more odd case that I think would have great interest in that axe if you're in case of finding someone to talk to about it. I'm not trying to threaten you. That's not my intention at all. I'm rather just saying I happen to know someone here who's who I'm in the understanding would love to talk to you about it per se, albeit amongst other things.
Sure, I'll meet them later on. We're kind of a bit in a hurry though, so.
They go by, I believe their first name is Kororim.
What was that?
Kororim. I believe they go by Kororim Truth Seeker. I think it's. I asked some people about it. I hadn't met them personally, but some other folks who had told me about them. They're of a rather obscure race, I believe. I don't even know quite what it is. I thought it was like maybe a strange Kenku or a Arakakra, but neither of those apparently. Even when
Mate.
What?
Wait, never mind. All good.
Are you okay?
No, all good.
Do you have a lung condition? Okay.
I pull him by side. Wait, Nornless, would you have by now told Abaddon about your life?
Huh?
Would you have told Abaddon about your life/wife?
Well,
No.
What is this gonna be?
No, okay, then never mind.
The most you guys currently know is he has a son that's missing.
Okay, yeah, cut that.
And but he's a librarian.
And that I'm a librarian.
I kind of know that you have a wife now. Had.
Yeah, no, I did say... I guess I did say this was my wife's sop, Fakrana's folio, and so you know I have a wife. Had a wife. Why?
Did you say something before had a wife? Because otherwise, my internet did cut out.
I'd said, I did invite you all into the shop of my wife, which was called Fakrana and Felden's Folio, so you do know that I had a wife, and I mentioned that. Why do you ask?
No, because I was about to say something that pulled on that lore, and if I don't know that lore, then there's no point in me saying it.
I mean, you know I had a wife. That's what you know.
Yeah, it's more the specifics of it that were important.
Okay. Nope, you don't know.
Yeah.
Meta-wise, I didn't hear most of that.
That's fine. Because neither did he.
Yeah, but my internet's crashing out a bit. I was yeah, sorry about that. I think it's better now. Yay. Okay. I heard my wife worked at a F and then like it fell out from there.
That's fine. So Cheesecake or Abaddon was talking to the headmaster.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, you know, if they can give me something of equal worth or better, I don't mind. But this ain't kind of rules, so I'm keeping it.
Well, do what you wish with that. I will say that openly that the library is in conditions and standards of Greshelmian law, but we have some exceptions and some special procedures that kind of make what you're doing right now to be understandable and not illegal. But I want to make it clear that by royal decree, there is an expectation and a need for to give ancient weapons or the Vapen onto the the Jarl's private library. However,
What?
I think that's personally kind of I don't quite love the idea of that, and I wouldn't like to see the ancient weapons being used continually for war effort. But for me mentioning that, just maybe it might be a good idea to get a cover for that in case things go a little iffy. And you stay here if you intend to head down.
Yes, no, I believe that is wise to cover up the valuable items we are carrying with ourselves.
Okay.
Well, if they're too incompetent to gather them themselves, and I don't have any fucking shame in hiding my weapon.
It's not hiding, it's preventing conflict. You want everyone that has a desire of that weapon to know about it and attack you? Because there are many, and I don't frankly enjoy fighting that much.
I'm no medical man or anything like that, but I'm sorry to cut you up, kind of change your subject. Sir Andrin, do you have a callus on your eye or something? What's or sorry, maybe callus is the wrong term. Do you have cataracts? Or a cataract? Your eye looks a little odd.
Yes, no, in the expedition I lost my eye. And I have an artificial one now.
Oh, alright. Normalist, do an insight check.
I'm not good at those.
Or history. But insight, I'd like to do insight, and then if you'd like... Actually, are you proficient with history?
Yeah.
If you're proficient with history, I'll give you advantage on this insight check.
Okay. I'm not gonna roll better. I lied. I rolled better.
Okay. There's two things to note. One, this person might know what it is, but there's also a decent chance they don't. There are definitely people within the library who may have a understanding of what this is, and you're not exactly sure who knows and who doesn't, but most people, like 90% of the people in the library, at least more than that, do not know. This person in their position could possibly know, but whatever. However, you spoke to someone today who legitimately might have known. You're not 100% sure, and you definitely know they've never seen it before. But if Drell is part of if Drell's tattoos are any indication of things, there's a chance that Drell could have, if put two and two together, maybe. And that's a maybe. As in,
I'm
that eye.
of the mind that for the most part, when I'm walking around, I'm keeping my left eye shut.
Okay. Okay.
To not attract unwanted attention. And I might have opened my eye momentarily here, which is how he noticed it.
Yeah. Also, eye patches are not an uncommon thing. They're like, there's plenty of people with lost eyes for various reasons.
Yeah.
Like, you would know several people with eye patches. Like, it's not... People might ask what happened, but then you can just say, like, yeah, no, I lost my eye, or, oh, yeah, no, my eye is really weirdly sensitive to light, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Okay. So, you guys, I would say, do you leave the office?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So after that discussion, you guys kind of move on to... was I rushing things? Or did I leave things too long?
May column B. But no, we can move on.
Okay.
That's fine for now.
Okay. I just realized I realized I didn't know if there was another thing you meant to ask him. But yeah. Okay, you guys would then go through the library. Where are you headed now?
Let's say alchemist
Keep in mind,
store.
splitting up is fine too.
Alchemist store?
Yeah, or potion store.
I would have, before I left, I would have asked where Kora Rim might be. I would have asked the headmaster.
Okay, they would have said, likely in either in the, non-magical scrolls, or more likely, like, much more likely, they would be in magical texts and special services.
Okay. Sardonyx, Abaddon, what do you guys want to do? I don't want to be taking the lead everywhere, but...
I really think we
Wait,
need to stock up on some potions and maybe see to getting another person on our back, you know, because we're only 3. We need more.
Also, I should mention there actually is an alchemy place called Bothfar Alchemy, which is in the city. It's not near the library though. It's on the other side of town.
Okay.
Right next to Scrumbabo's rocks and things.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. You would also know that within the number 5, the special like magical texts and services is probably where you would find the person that the guard mentioned of, which was let me just pull it back up.
Okay.
Name.
Then we'll go there
yeah.
first.
Yeah. And also within the library complex, also that's where the theater would be, which was likely where that event that people had mentioned was.
Okay. Then we'll go to magical texts and special services.
Yes. Okay. Before, just like since I'm listing things, I would also say that for dropping
Ian,
off,
I'm getting
like
a little
anything.
overwhelmed with knowledge. Can we just move forward,
Okay,
please?
okay. I'm just okay. I'm just trying to help out some of you.
Yeah, no,
Since
no,
you're
it's
not the only
just...
one who has stuff to do. Okay, I'll just keep that with in text, I guess. Okay. So you're heading off to number 5?
Yes, please.
Okay. Right. So you would walk a little bit. What are you looking for specifically? As in, which of the possible, stuff?
Any
Or,
of
as
the,
in you're
any
going to
of
the
the 3?
office, or are you trying to search for that person, or okay?
Whoever we come
Or-
across first.
Okay. In that case, okay, so you would walk through the library, and you kind of get into the non-magical. You have to to get to the building you want to get to. You have to go through non-magical scrolls, and you walk through this long hall, and you've seen this This is pretty standard to you, but it's a long series of these long, huge shelves, just full of scrolls, as this big long hall, and you guys managed to walk through that pretty normally. From Abaddon's perspective, you've never seen anything like this, and you probably might even think they're magic scrolls, albeit assuming you didn't read like the sign in front of the door. But either way, you walk through that area, and then get into another a fairly much larger building, which is the magical texts and services. And I would say that Normalist, since you kind of have you work in the library law school anyway, so you would have a pretty good understanding of the layout of things. So you would, with that in mind, I assume you would start, since the other things are not like specific, since you just know that one person's in that building, and I forget. Sorry, the third thing was just looking for a scroll of note or something else.
You said this is where the theater event was happening.
No, the theater is in the library, like, complex, but it's not in this building. When I say the complex, I just mean, like, on the map where sorry, are you guys still on the map, or did I not?
Yeah, no, we are.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, the theater's number 2.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't know if there was a third thing I wasn't aware of. Okay.
I thought you had
So
said
you
the
managed
theater
to
was
get
in
to
there.
the...
That's fine.
Okay, that's fine. You get going, and you eventually find the office you're looking for, and it's for Orpho Thunderhoof. You would know this person to be a Minotaur. They seem to be in their office, and they kind of look up to you as you get near, and their eyes widen a little bit. Sir Andrin, it's been so long.
Hello, it's good to see you again. I heard
Oh! Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit excited here.
I heard you were looking for me, and I wanted to make my way and speak with you with what you need.
Yeah. Just a question. I've heard rumor you came in the other day from the portal, and I just wanted to know, you didn't happen to have a written copy of the portal, did you?
I had one written in my own journal, yes.
I would like you to, how do I say this? If you could keep it in your head, if that's possible, I would. There is fear of unsavory, well, there's a current fear that the someone from the Alton Kingdom could show up at any time. Our protective wards and things aren't really what they used to be, and we don't really have a means anymore, really at all, to let's say, prevent unwanted people from getting in here, other than them knowing the sigil, which has been under pretty decent circumstances, and it's just we're a little worried. So if you feel, depending on where you're going, I'd kind of ask that you maybe be very very careful with the information that you carry and the information that you know. That's all.
Yes, no, I can do that. I'll erase
It's
bits
just-
and parts of it and commit that to memory so they do not have a complete
Well,
transcription of it, should...
it's not just it. I mean, if you know this, be protective of yourselves. We are within the full understanding that the Alton Kingdom would love to get in here, and they wouldn't be afraid to torture you for that information.
Understood. I will be careful. I'm a nobody out of the city, so I'm not too particularly concerned about someone picking me up out of, in my travels
Well-
as a potential threat or source of information. But I will be careful.
Okay, well, we were also afraid of spies, but we think the spy network has been mostly quenched maybe 6 to 7 years ago. Either way, did you have anything you need to get done in the in this department?
We heard there was someone here that might be, interested in speaking to us by the name of Korarim.
I don't know about you in particular, but I heard they were looking for oh God, I don't remember the right name. Wasn't your son didn't he go off to become one of those little silly adventurers, right?
Mind your manners. You're speaking about my son.
Oh,
You
wait.
see Abaddon slowly reaching for his axe.
No, Abaddon.
Oh, I
Give the
forgot
word.
about that.
No,
forgot
we
about
do
8
not
months ago,
resort
I'm
to
sorry.
violence within the library.
No.
In
He's
general,
within, he's
either,
within
no.
understanding. He's within understanding. I forgot about 8 months ago. I apologize. It's I forgot about circumstances. Sorry about that. I just meant that I heard he was, or they were looking for them, I believe. But that's not why they're in the building. From my understanding, Korarim is someone who's not a wizard, but has interest in using one of those scrolls to get to or more so, they are trying to access one of our teleportation scrolls that is not something that I would normally allow people to use due to it leading to a unsavory location per se. However, if a trusted wizard or someone was with them, I'd perhaps allow them. They're currently kind of trying to find it per se. People have noticed.
I just need to know where they would be then.
They should be down. Go down the hall, take a left, and then take a right after that. You'll find them in that portion of the scroll hall.
All right. Thank you for your time and thank you for your warning. Be well.
You're welcome. Sorry about the. You get the point. Go on. Have a good day.
Yep, and lead down the hall.
Okay.
I appreciate the backup, Miss Abaddon, but we do not shed blood within these halls.
Alright. Just, came across as a tad insensitive. I'm trying to get better.
I can't fault anyone for insulting me. It's very easy to do so unintentionally. People speak how they speak.
So as you guys walk around, head that way. Quick thing, Sardonyx.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh shit, he cut out. Haha.
Oh. Oh no.
Boy, live.
Ian.
He died.
Oh no, Ian.
Dying.
What?
Yeah, no,
Trial.
you cut out completely. You said sardonyx, and then went silent.
Oh, okay. I was just asking if Oh, like, wait. Did you hear anything I
No.
said? Okay.
No, not a word.
Bless you.
Oh. No, sneeze again. Okay. So I was just asking Sardonyx, as you guys are walking, are you intending on? What you would know is this building, amongst, as well as the university, but this building may be something of use to you in regards to the sword situation. There might be some people here, as in this is where they have certain magical items and things, as well as magical texts, scrolls, all sorts of stuff are here. So this wouldn't be the worst place to check in terms of your stuff. But my question was, is that priority, like high priority, or is that like you could do it tomorrow, or is that something
I feel right now, I feel like it will be high priority for third one. To figure something out at least.
enough that you would like go off on your own to do that away from the, or no?
Essentially, yes.
Okay, in that case, do you do so now or later? As in, you will wait till before or after them heading to this particular scroll hall they're heading to, well, magical scrolls.
The scrolls are also something that I'm interested in. Let's go to the scrolls.
Okay. So you get to the area, and the door to this area is something that you would know is like, it's has a locking mechanism, but also there's like certain access here. Anyone that's gotten into here has gotten access to be in here. And since you were a librarian, you had Nornless, you would have access to be in this particular room. So the door kind of, as you kind of would, if you were to open the door yourself, it would register you as normal, as as being a librarian here, and it would automatically open.
Okay.
This hall, this particular area, has scrolls for teleportation and a couple other things, but also there are some spell scrolls here, which are something that are a high likelihood to be stolen. The scrolls here are not meant to be taken, or at least the magical spell scrolls in this location are not meant to be removed from here. And there are people that are on tables and whatnot, purely, basically copying the scrolls from here onto their own stuff.
Okay.
The idea is every scroll that's in here is for that particular purpose.
Yeah.
However, okay. You would continue down this hall, or this little section. It's less of a hall, more so a kind of a maze-like structure of sorts. And eventually, you come face to face with, well, Dre, describe your character.
All right. You would see a 3-foot fall, very small avian person, dressed fairly finely, with a staff resting either close by them or against them. Not overly, very clearly busy doing something and looking for what they need to find. Assumingly, they're looking from behind.
Okay. So you see that? I'm sorry. I might have cut out or something. I didn't hear the initial part. Did you describe their
Yes,
form?
they did.
Okay.
Mr. Abaddon, I believe that is the person in which you should speak to. Should you desire it?
Yeah.
Oh, let me add another ground rule. Rule number 5. No threatening to thunder punch someone.
No, that's only for the gnomes.
Okay.
They're still getting it, by the way. Like, I'm making that promise right now.
Okay.
Little feathery friend.
They said their name was Kororim.
Yeah, Corwin.
Yes.
Yeah, oh god.
No, not the out of character, oh god.
This is extremely hype. Yeah.
You had interest in my axe, I heard?
That's a little out of the, woodwork. Well, why would I have interest in your axe? I don't know you or your axe.
It's golden and it's quite a cool thing. I'll pull it out.
He's pulling his
do
cock
an
out.
Arcana check.
I do that in addition.
Bonus action pulls cock out.
Oh, thank you, Beyond 20 for functioning wonderfully.
Is it not working? As in, sorry, is it working or is it down?
I don't know.
Okay, well if it's not posting it at all, then it's down. Or I see down's the wrong term. I just mean it's not working. Is what I mean. When I say down, I mean like it's not giving you any result. That's all I mean.
Yeah, it's just not. I think it's more fucking roll 20 or D&D Beyond.
Okay, yeah. I had that issue.
Yeah, refresh page.
I
think
either way,
I do believe they are like the actual website's having an issue.
Okay, so regardless of, I can roll. I can roll it for you if you'd like, and if you just tell me your
Why do you keep putting up the turn order?
Oh, did I mean to do? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
I just keep seeing that pop up.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hate
they rolled a 10.
Roll 20 sheets. Yeah.
You should just fully use the roll 20 sheets, then we won't have this issue.
No, the reason it did it an advantage is because it wasn't fucking roll 20.
Because you need to set that. You got to set your advantage. Or I'll do it manually. I just didn't think you'd be using that sheet, so I never went and did that. Either way, you look at it and you're like, well, maybe it could be the Axe of Glitnir, but the likelihood of it being that's pretty unlikely. I mean, the idea that this random person would just kind of have that item is pretty unlikely, and you've never seen this before. I mean, this is not necessarily even what you're looking for, but like the idea that someone would like go to you and show you a golden axe would kind of imply that's what this is. But again, this person's just, the likelihood that this is actually the Axe of Glitnir doesn't seem that high to you.
Yes, it's a very impressive axe. Now, why do you need me?
Well, if you're not interested, then that's fine by me. I slowly turn my head over to Nornless and just mouth the word Thunderpunt.
I don't mouth it, I say that out loud. No. If you have no business here, then we will just be on our way. Alright, Dre, draw up a new character that we can invite to the parties, because...
I thought you... So I forgot to mention, I should have mentioned that they are next to, a wall of scrolls, and it seems to be one of them has, like... Oh, there's a couple of them, but one of them right next to them has a huge, like, lock to prevent people from just getting out from the chamber. And it has, like, a handprint registry that you need to use to get to, like, open it.
Do I recognize that? Like, I don't...
You would know, as a librarian of your particular status, you would be someone that's qualified to open this via the handprint lock. As in,
Okay.
it applies to a couple different, like, yeah.
Okay.
Regardless, though, they didn't tell you, you know, you don't really have any direct reason to open it for them unless you
No,
wish to.
I don't. That's what I'm saying, I don't.
Meta reason, I don't know why you fucking talk about the axe.
It was the only way we would actually need to seek out your character, and I was trying to...
Well, no, well, it's...
I have
The
no
other
other
bit is that
reason.
it was mentioned that this person was looking for the Blue Ravens, and they wanted to head out in a particular location, like towards, at least journalistically, they weren't fully certain towards the location you're heading, since they don't really know what portals that you would have interested in or not. But they did mention that this person, or as in Drell did, that this person was looking for the Blue Ravens and would have been someone that might be of help to you.
Oh, well, the headmaster mentioned that you might have interest in this axe of my friends. So we came to speak to you about that. Also, I'd heard through the grapevine that you are seeking out the adventuring group, the Blue Ravens.
Yes, I was until I have come into the possession of knowledge that they are currently preoccupied and not in this city.
No, they are. They are farther north now. North. East. West.
Well, I'm
West. I'm bad with cardinal directions.
They would be west.
I am in. I mean, if you're planning to head westward, I am in need of a company to, well, travel westward. I have a very important task I've been given to, well, deal with.
Well, we are planning on heading out there a few days' time, I imagine. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? My name is, for reference, I am Non Alessandrin.
Ah, yes. Good to greet you, Nonless. I am current Truth Seeker.
That is not the name we've been told up until now, is it?
Did I mispronounce it?
I heard him say current.
Kurim.
Okay.
It's hard to say in your voice.
Okay, you're fine. It sounded like you said current root seeker. And I'm like, that's
current,
not...
Kurim Truth Seeker.
Yeah,
okay.
Funny.
I just wanted to make sure that we weren't being told, like, the wrong name. I wasn't sure if, like, oh, you were pulling a fast one on us. That's why I asked for clarification. Okay. Yes, we heard of you from Drell and from the headmaster. I am a librarian here, scholar of sorts, and I too am seeking the Blue Ravens, somewhat. More so one of them.
Oh, you're a librarian here, I see. Could you open this? As he points to the lock.
You would, as he points to this, you would notice it's labeled Jokel's spell.
J-O-K-E-L? Okay.
Yeah,
it's also got smudged hand marks from him trying to open it with his hand.
Yeah.
Just repeated smudge marks on it now.
Well, you did fast. Did I even tell you to roll a history check? I was about to.
You did, yes.
Oh, I did? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Alright. So, yeah, you would know, that Jokel's spell was like a main city, or, well, not quite a city, not quite as big as per se, but it was a settlement of the Joko clan, and the Joko clan has kind of they have a couple villages still alive fairly far off, like east. Otherwise, they have like a courthouse in Gress, and then everything else of the clan of significance was in Jokosfell. Jokosfell several hundred years ago fell into ruin, and is now a like relatively dangerous place to go.
Okay.
The idea that it also is probably one of the closest teleportation portals to where you want to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it being dangerous is due to a combination of things, mainly monstrous races and a lot of just monsters being there.
Understood. Yes, no, I do have the power to open that, yes.
Would you please open it then?
I would have to verify that you are allowed to view it, but it is of high security for a reason, no?
I mean, it's safe to assure that I'm allowed to view it if I'm already, in the Scroll of Holds, yes?
No, I don't believe that is necessarily the case, no.
Oh, only permitted people are allowed in here, or I've been misled?
No, yes, that is the case. But should you be able to view it, you would already have it open, no.
I mean, there might have been an oversight.
Then I'll check.
Please do.
Okay.
I can come with you as you check if you'd like.
You do a actually I don't even think I have to do a check for this. Normalist, you would know that if for some reason like you or more so a wizard. Well, sorry, you would know that in order to kind of use something like this, permissions needed, but more so there you would need to have a wizard cast it, like basically cast a spell, and the expectation that you would not be going there alone, and that you would have some decent means to go with you. If this person had sought out the Blue Ravens per se to do this, they would be, completely allowed to, have the scroll in order to not have a scroll, but use the scroll for that purpose. With the idea that the scroll then would be returned to its slot.
I truthfully do not follow what you said at all.
Okay. Was I cutting out or something? Or
no, your wording was
so
confusing
I did.
to me.
Okay, I ran.
I don't understand what you were trying to tell me at all right there.
Basically, the scroll. In order to get permission to kind of use a scroll like this, there's a understanding and a want that they would have some people with them, like to go to that location since it's dangerous. And if they don't have those people, like have anyone with them, the higher maintenance and whatnot, or most of the person you talked to before the Minotaur would say no. Additionally, a wizard would need to cast that spell in order to, use that sigil, and the bird fell in front of you does not appear to be a wizard. Albeit, at least maybe. They don't have a wizard hat. Which you don't either, but,
That is the only qualification to know if someone's a wizard.
Wait. I actually don't know. Does Norlis have a wizard hat? Okay, I didn't think it was, well, not like carrying it, but does have one in his house?
He does not, no.
Like, okay, so like if he was gifted one, he would be like kind of view it as offensive. Sorry, would they view that as offensive, or would they just be like, okay?
It would just get put into the closet for never to be worn.
Well, meaning they might have a wizard hat if it happened in the past to me.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
But yes, I do need to, use this scroll to go there.
Is it a scroll or a book? Because I've heard two different words now. Yeah.
It's a scroll.
It's a scroll.
Did I say book?
You said
it's
book.
a scroll. Okay, it's a scroll that has the like teleportation sigil on it.
Okay.
Corum just has like a book next to him. It's just like a catalog of scrolls.
Like it's the correct combination, like runic combination.
So
He's got like a fucking catalog next to him. He's just flicking through.
It is a scroll that has the schematic for a teleportation circle to Jokul.
Yeah, like the one you have on your possession.
Okay.
Yes, I am in great need of, transportation there. I at my means, I do have the means to pay for it, and pay for a group to accompany me. But you would, that is a contract.
So I would just functionally be opening the scroll so he could transcribe the circle. Ian?
I imagine you'd be opening it for me to take it and then take it to someone else and go, this please.
Well,
You can't take it out of the room.
Yeah, no, I imagine there's probably someone that sat at the front of the room who, well, takes care of stuff like that.
Who?
Oh.
And you were told by the person you'd spoken to earlier. Yeah, he put that. Not. I need to actually pull up the correct thing, but yeah, Orpho, that like this person had been trying to kind of get it, but didn't quite. But they weren't really sure if they actually had a group, or like a group of adventurers or something. Just whomever they would need to actually not die.
Are you intending to go there by yourself?
I would be needing to hire some people to assist me now that I'm unable to get the Blue Ravens. And I believe it would be beneficial for both of us if you also intend to head westward for me to accompany you.
Then yes, for the time being, I can come over and open this when we are ready to make our passage there. For the time being, it'll stay locked, and we can make other preparations to travel west.
Normless, do a history check, and we're gonna view this more like geography.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be a nature check though?
Good point.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I mean, in this particular case, I'm not talking about physical geography. I'm talking about like cartographic, like locations and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess we could do it. I mean, if I was talking more about like meteorology, I think like a bit more sense, I guess.
Okay, 22 if it's nature,
So,
26 if it's history.
God
so
damn!
the basic thing is, okay, so looking around for area, which without doing a perception check, you would kind of see that like, okay, how these are set in this room is like, they're not necessarily done alphabetically, they're done by generalized location. And there are not really many like teleportation portals or teleportation whatever the term is, that are very close to the general area you want to go. There seems to be one for Bone Laugh, but it's missing, and it's like there's like a cross in between like the area, so there's just nothing for that. There's one for Talev, which you would already kind of have a copy of, and there's one for Jogelsfell, which is like locked off. And then all the other ones are places that are not very close by. And there's also there's not actually that many that are actually within like this general area of Gresshelm. Like you also would see one for like Tangbake, and like I think you'd also see one for like Grundervik, and also Gress, but that's about it. There's not too many.
Okay.
Meaning Jokosfell might be your best option if you were actually considering it, unless you preferred like Talev.
Okay.
Alright, okay. While we do that, Sardonyx, did you go off on your own, or are you still with them?
I am still with them.
Okay. Alright. So, Nornus, do you open it? Oh, sorry, did you? I just want reconfirm confirmation if you already said that.
No.
No, that's
Okay,
not what I said at all.
Okay. Because I didn't think you did, so I want to confirm. I wasn't sure if you said it. I missed what you said a little earlier. Or I say missed. I had forgotten the specifics.
Koa Rim, let's properly introduce ourselves then. We could use aid in traveling west towards the Blue Ravens. Would you like to accompany myself and my group? Our group, I don't want to take possession therefore of. We have myself, who is that of a wizard. We have Mr. Abaddon, who is our muscle and our forthright fighter. We have Miss Niphilis, who is of the bardic talent. A caster similar to me, but in a different range. And then there will be you, and we are seeking if we can bring another into the fold as well, because it's dangerous out west, I've heard.
This would be a agreeable situation, yes.
Excellent. I don't know what to say to him. Like, dead ass. I just don't know what to fucking say to him. I'm trying to, like, move things forward, and I don't know what to say.
Well,
Oh.
I would say...
Where would you like me to meet you on the, before we depart? As you said, you would need a couple of days to be ready.
Meet us in 3 days town center. Bring your own bedroll and something to drink.
No, we would have to meet back here.
Yes.
For the scroll.
Then here in 3 days. Sound fair?
I am trying to provide an opportunity for Dre to not have to sit in silence while everyone else does stuff in character.
I personally would like to get to know you a bit better. I'm, going to be traveling, sharing my life with you. So I think I'll follow you around a little bit.
Excellent.
You can't be, there's no reason to be, can't be too safe nowadays.
Yes, no, I agree. It's good to. You seemed busy, so I didn't want to offer, like, say, come now and walk around with these complete strangers. But if that is what you would like to do, I think that would be adequate.
I mean, I was busy trying to find a way to get to the place I'm going, and I've given that answer.
Fair enough. There's someone of potential interest at an event happening within the library's grounds if you'd like to accompany with us. Do that.
Lead the way.
Excellent. Thank you. And Nornless will need Coco Rim and Co. Oh, I'm gonna fuck your name up so many times. I'm so sorry, Dre. I fucking typed it wrong onto the recording too, and I had to go back and change it like 3 different times. We're going to head towards the Theater of Lore, which is where I'm assuming this whole J-named person is located at, or something. Is that correct or incorrect, Ian?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, then I will lead the company there.
Yeah. So, you would know. So you kind of get to hang it. It seems to be you're kind of on time and on time in terms of the event, at least looking at the different signs that are out. And you start to walk into the theater, and it looks to be maybe you're slightly late, but you're kind of around there, and you see it maybe doesn't look like it's packed, but there's a decent number of people. And up on the stage, there is someone who you would know as Dr. Salapak, who is an anthropologist of the university of the college here, but you've seen him quite a bit. At least more so in the past. They definitely travel around a bit. Oh, wrong location. Also, this was the dwarf looks like from earlier. I meant to post it. Oh, wait, that's the wrong channel too. Whatever. The main bit is that you see on stage something else that's rather unexpected. You see something that ultimately, if it wasn't for the size of the doors you had to walk through to get into the auditorium, you would be legitimately surprised, but you still are pretty surprised. But it gives at least some context to the circumstance. You see what looks to be a mammoth. Albeit they look a little bit different than a normal mammoth. They're maybe a little smaller. and it looks to be that this person, or more so of an anthropologist, is doing a lecture of sorts, and constantly poking, not necessarily poking at them, but they're pointing to this large mammoth-like creature. And you watch briefly as this person kind of gently asks the mammoth to stand, and you look and realize this mammoth has opposable thumbs, and they almost have almost a humanoid form for a little while before they suddenly like get back on all fours and making a sudden thud. Normalists, you are like oh shit, Tom. Wait, when did Tom? That was 20 minutes ago. Thomas, are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. You would know, that you're like actually sorry, Norris. Roll a nature check. Norris, roll a nature check, and I'll also allow sardonyx too as well, and Abaddon. You don't need to know a check. You know what this is.
Oh boy, give me 1 second.
It's a
boy.
big fucker.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I also roll one?
Yes, albeit at this. You're also studied, I think. I think you could also roll.
I am also quite literally a scholar.
Yeah, I think we could do that too. Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to confirm. I mean,
Also,
yeah, you all three of you are scholars, so I think all three of you will be in a position to roll for it, albeit rather than just me giving it to you, because I don't. Even then, I think this is a little obscure.
So I've noticed it's D&D Beyond not wanting to roll.
Okay. Yeah. So
Why is it keep
Horim,
fucking doing it? You literally...
you would know this to be a Mamaphodon, a creature that are in the far north of in the Tuskbad Tundra, and there's believed to maybe be some in the Frost Tundra. You're not fully sure on that, but you know that they are a rare race that people weren't really sure if they went extinct or not. And they are they're quite something. This thing is, well, Tom, describe your character starting with the height.
All right. This this guy is pretty big. Most of the time he's like about like 10, 11 feet tall when he's like on all fours. But when he stood up a little bit more for that 1 second, he gets to like about like 13 and a half feet tall when he's all standing. So he's a big boy. He's got he's basically like mammoth, but like a little bit humanoidy. Like almost kind of like an ape, like a gorilla, kind of like when he like gets on all fours. But very big, very built. And he's got I mean, what you assume are giant tusks, but they're covered with like big leather, like sheath like things. And he doesn't look super happy to be in the position that he's in.
So you as the group would like kind of continue as him to move through the theater. Do you get seated, or do you do something else? Additionally, there doesn't seem to be any chains on this creature as of current. However, do perception.
All of us?
Anyone who's looking at the main stage, yeah.
So everyone.
Darn.
Towards their the lower portion of their feet and legs, you do see areas that look like slightly matted fur, perhaps, giving indication that perhaps in the not so recent past, maybe even last week or so, or maybe sooner, they may have had chain cuffs on their upon them. It's not something that's super noticeable, but I would say with Norlis and Corim's kind of like watchful eye, you would have begun to notice them. Also, before I get too far along, Abaddon, for a reason you know this, I'm gonna give you an option. Do you want me to just save this, or do you want me to do it in the secret chat?
Nah, you can say it there. Say it there.
In Pure Reese, there's about 7 to 12 skeletal bodies of these creatures.
Oh.
You know that your people had fought these in the past. You've also, and what made them notable and more so than just like, mammoths is that, you know, some of these had decorated like, tusks and whatnot, and others had, you know, their form was different. You definitely had heard of them. You also would have, perhaps at one point, seen a live one. If you ever went north of your Reese in the tundra for hunting or for any purpose, you may have you're like having mixed memories of seeing one as a youngster. But you definitely also, through stories, have heard that yes, there are still some of them out towards the in the north, in the frost tundra. There definitely are still some. But now seeing these things fully alive, though, is something that you weren't, you know, after seeing their form and an osteological, like, I guess, yeah, an osteological form, it's quite something. This thing looks to be, well, it looks to be something even you would have great difficulty lifting.
I'm willing to put that to the test.
How loud do you say that?
Just kind of to myself.
Okay, because if you said it loud, the person on stage might point to you and be like, "What did you say, sir?" And then you'd be like, "I want to lift it," and like,
I said I can fucking lift him!
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
Yes, we are.
Is Thomas's character in a cage currently?
No. They are upon the stage, assumedly of their own whim, albeit they don't... Thomas, does your character look happy to be there? Or do they seem kind of mixed? Or
Yeah,
some
No,
other
he does not look happy. At the end of my description, I said he does not look happy about the situation that he's in.
recoverization. Okay.
If
Does
I
it-
can lift him, he's coming with me. I want a mammothon.
The person on the stage
Is this...
is kind of a little uncertain, but they point out to Abaddon. Sir, what did you say?
Oh my god.
Please cover your ears, gentlemen. This may get very decibly voluminous.
Oh god, wait, no. Okay.
I would like to lift the mammothon.
This is a you see, this is a anthropological study here. I mean, you don't.
Well, he looks very pissed to be there, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be in your study.
Am I familiar with the professor currently,
yes,
scholar
you would
hosting this?
you would know this person.
Okay.
Their name is Dr. Salapak.
Okay.
You know, they're an anthropologist. You've spoken to a peer there. You've seen them a lot, more so in the past.
Yeah.
Be like a couple years ago. And you've heard mixed stuff about them, I would say. You've heard some stuff about them being good, and you've also heard some stuff about them being kind of exploitative. Either way, the
Okay.
audience seems to kind of rile up a little bit against what Abaddon's saying. And Dr. Salafat kind of looks. Well, I think it would be of meaning worth to demonstrate the ingenuity of a civilized folk when it comes to retaining some of our great strength within us, which is wondrous creature of the north still held true to self. For without its strengthened body and enormous muscles, perhaps other great creatures of the wild Arctic would swallow it whole. But it stands, or more so, he stands for us. But not really.
Mate, it's 13 feet tall and it's got
Come upon the
biceps.
stage!
Just,
And then-
just remember, Tiefling, lift with the knees, not the back.
Dr. Salapak kind
Back
of,
is where all
you
the
know,
strength is.
moves a little closer to Memeophon, specifically
I
sorry,
can't.
again. Gets a little bit closer to Jebabu, which at this point Dr. Salapak has, before people gotten here, Jebabu has misnamed you around like 10 or 11 times, and you're pretty sure the poster doesn't even specify your name, just that it starts with a J.
Okay.
You also know there were some guards here, quite a few, but it's loosened up a lot more than you were expecting, and you aren't exactly sure of what like your rights in this position are, because you have no idea. Either way, the Dr. Salapak gets close to you and kind of whispers. Try, albeit whispers, close to your like leg or so. You're pretty tall. Wait, sorry. Your spec is sitting down, are you? So I guess they get closer to your head. You're okay with this, right? This will be good, right? Java Blue?
You said there were texts that I could read when this is done.
Of course, yes. This is necessary. Of course, you can read the books. I mean, they'll let you in. You could read. I'm sure they'll let you in. Just after.
How many more times do we have to do this?
Well, I was hoping we could go down to Grass, and then we can walk back up to the library, and you'll be fine here. I was thinking maybe 2 more shows here, and then a show or 2 in Grass. Maybe a little more circus theme down there, but it'll be good, right? Right?
It's already been 5 days of this.
Oh, it can't be that. Oh, come on. It's the protest already kind of ended. They got, we chased them out. Or okay, we didn't chase them out. We kind of technically only have. Or we were intending to have some more shows here, but they aren't really allowing that now, and I might lose my contract at the library, but it's still fine. It's making some money. Okay. I see. Okay, well, this particular show is in charge because of this reason, but you get the point,
Abaddon
Anyway,
steps
you're
up
okay
at
with
this point.
You're okay with this man
and-
lifting you, right? You're not gonna make a show, right?
Just get on with your show.
Okay. And he kind of steps back a bit. You see, with the Mammothadons of modern and more so ancient, were creatures which many could not lift. There were Goliaths of old, which would grapple great foes, even some, even particularly some like ogres or trolls. But to say that simply you could lift one man of humanoid form to lift such a creature, such a man per se, but some say, would be, unforetold of. But perhaps we have an opportunity, sir. Blue-horned one, I seem to be of a tiefling of sorts. What is your name?
Abaddon.
Is that you lifting, or is that just you saying that in a
I was
fun way?
stretching.
Okay. I didn't know if that was in character or not. I couldn't, because it would work either way.
I'm always in character.
Yeah. I was fairly sure it was, but either way.
All right, big boy.
Abaddon, you watch this man fail at lifting such a great creature.
And at that word, I would like to rage. giving me advantage on strength saving throws.
Run checks.
Yep. I walk up to the Mephrodon, shake his hand cordially, grab him by the butt cheeks, and just lift.
Well, how much does he
Good
weigh?
luck. About 1,800 pounds.
Okay, roll a strength at this. Well, wait, no. You have advantage because of
Rage.
a rage. I'm trying to think of due to the sheer size if it's gonna like instead of giving you a disadvantage, just giving you a neutral score. I'm trying to think.
It would be a strength saving throw or a strength check, and you would just have a higher DC. You wouldn't impose disadvantage.
Yeah, I guess that is the best way to go about it. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he's still just trying to lift.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to go. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. In that case, yeah, do a strength check at advantage. Yeah, that's the kind of range I was looking for. It's not. It is. Abaddon, you are in significant pain. You can't get him high, but you managed to do what most would view as impossible.
Does he throw his back out?
I throw it
and
back in.
also, Jebabu, you are being lifted maybe like 6 to 7 inches from the ground, and you were not expecting that to occur.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's impressive.
Just fucking just hear it. Oh! Just fuck out face plant.
Yeah, Jevibu looks like bewildered. Nobody was expecting that.
He's covered with me, I lifted him. Fuck you, my back hurts. Ow!
You look, and the Dr. Salapak didn't actually expect you to be able to do that, and is like is like in genuine shock, and they kind of stay that way for like for long enough that a lot of the audience kind of looks at him, and his like facial expression is just kind of like a dropped jaw, like, and it looks fairly. He doing this whole thing was already a little iffy, but like some people are like kind of his guise of professionalism has kind of lessened a little bit in this moment, at least from some of the the audience's perspective. They go to speak and are just well, I wasn't expecting that.
Are you not a man of your word, friend?
What did I promise you?
The Marathon.
Oh fuck, where did the guards go?
See here, audience. A man who proclaims the societal norms does not keep to his own promises. Is this a man you should listen to? I did a feat. A feat I wish to be rewarded for. On a dare, he accepted, and now he tries to pull a backseat.
Okay, did the anthropologist actually agree to that?
I don't know, but
they're not. It's not clear if they fully did or not.
I lifted
Either
1,800.
way,
I
the
lifted
audience seems to think
1,800
so.
pounds of a creature that is twice my size. I don't give a fuck what they say. They will obey. I just lifted 1,800 pounds.
Do a intimidation check, Abaddon, at advantage.
I'll use my strength modifier for that.
Because the audience is like kind of cheering for you, or at least was. Like they're on your side here.
With my strength modifier, that's a 20.
So, given, I mean, I guess technically this was part of a feat of strength of sorts. So yeah, I would. You said it was a what?
With my strength modifier, it's a 20, a dirty.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Wait, do you add both your charisma and strength for that, or do you just
No,
not
oh
have...
no, wait. With my
I actually forget if it works that way. I don't think it does.
no. With my what's it called? With my strength modifier, it'd be a 19, not a 20. My bad.
Okay. Either way, that's enough to kind of make your words seem of great significance, and the anthropologist, assuming he actually, of questionable ethics, seems to like kind of cower a little bit. They grab at some of her stuff, and look around a little bit. And they start to like look around again, as if they're looking for guards, which just aren't really there. And you've noticed from the perspective of Jebabu, you realize you're probably in a good situation to just kind of leave at this point, or more so leave Vavadon, as the professor walks off a podium with like a satchel of some like papers he was reading off, and just starts to run out of the the theater in a kind of a realizing that they can't really be of force or anything right now because they don't have their means to, and also the audience is 100% not on their side.
Nornless will attempt to, not physically, I don't mean when I say the word cats, but like cats the professor as he's running out and try and talk to him.
Sir Andron, hi.
I see you are back up to your old antics. What is the damage this time?
I might have had some major ethics complaints,
Yes,
and most of the guards I had here have kind of gotten out, and there were protests the other day, but it was a fine. And,
It seems one of mine have accidentally commandeered something of yours. It's looking like it.
Okay, well, I've made my money. I think I'll be
Are you fine with that?
see ya in Dirty. I'll meet you. Can we we'll walk past you, sir. Let's just make this easy.
Wait, what? I was trying to be helpful and
Oh.
I was not.
Oh, I thought you were trying to be helpful, but also...
I was not shaking him down. I was trying to be
I thought you were in the way. I thought you were both showing your presence and also being in the way. Okay, this person would view you kind of highly, but also...
No. I'm not trying to be an intimidating presence right now.
Oh, so when I say in the way, I mean physically blocking like a portion of the door.
I mean, technically, yeah. That's how I kind of got him to stop it, because I felt like he would just run past me. Otherwise, I was trying to get him to stop and talk.
The main gate is big, but I've probably specified that he was trying to get up through a side door, which would be really close to either way. Because if you were in the gate, either way, whatever. They look to you.
Did you rack up debt with somebody? Is that what this is?
No, it's more that I might have got him from poachers. They say kind of a little more quietly, realizing that it wasn't great. It wasn't my I was trying just to save this person. It was my moral need to do so. Albeit it's not to say that it's a little more complicated than that, but I got the chains off. That's not noticeable, right?
Have you made enough money off of this?
Well, it's kind of complicated because I've been charged a bit by the college and the library here for ethics issues and a couple other things, but I could have made it off if we actually ended up going to Grest, but I made some money now. It's doing okay.
Are you at a positive or a negative loss right now? Gain.
It's
Are you breaking even?
I guess. I mean,
It's numbers,
I don't
man.
really want to.
It's
I don't
yes
really
and
want to.
no.
I don't want to tell. I'm not interested in telling you how much I paid for him. Let's just say it that.
I'm trying to be helpful because one of my members has done something that has bothered you. Whether you did something morally correct or not, I don't want to see a fellow professor fall.
Well, I kind of already. I'll be honest with you. I think I've already fallen here. I don't. This scheme of mine went a little too far, and I think I don't think I'm. I think my registry as a professor here might have been might be flimsy at best anymore. No, I might have racked myself up with debt. Around. It was looking good for a while, but I think I still owe the people I might have owed this money to around 2,000 gold.
More than I can assist you with, I'm very sorry to say.
I paid, yeah, I paid a lot more for that, but I made some of the money back and given them some costs. I'll probably try to get out of town soon. I really, this whole thing was a really bad idea. I'm not gonna be. I'll be honest with you.
I can't help much, but here, take this, and I give him 2 platinum, which is 20 gold, which I think is a fair amount. Like, for an average individual.
Wait, did you technically just buy a slave?
No, I did not.
No, change the name. He's not a slave. He's an intern.
I agree. I think it is wise for you to leave town. Be safe.
Oh my god. Okay. I'll just say if you intend to. Thank God.
Be safe.
Keep in mind if you're gonna. Is your friend gonna? Wait, are you offering to take him off my back as well?
It's looking like it.
Okay. I'd be a little worried about the people from the Trell clan for a couple days. I'll be if they don't head directly towards me. The Mammoth's a little more noticeable because they're a bit tall. I mean, the Mammoth, sorry, I don't. I view them as a person. I promise you that. Well, at least to most part, it shows a little. Okay, sorry.
You be safe
I'll
now.
see you good day. And they start to kind of head out because yeah. You would view that overall, the professors here are kind of mixed.
Yeah. No, they always are.
There's definitely there's that being said, there is like for compared to the overall kingdom of Gresshelm, is some more people with ethics considerations are more likely to be found in this library than not. So even if they were like not great, they might be better than most. And also, there's people a lot more ethically considerate than them at the library, which is likely why they didn't have any guards at the moment.
Understood. Nornus will approach the stage area. Well, everyone, I believe that is the show. The professor has kindly entrusted this lovely Jevabu to my party and I, and we will be doing our best to escort him back to his homelands. Thank you all for attending, and stay safe.
Some people look a little perturbed, others look kind of mixed, and the rest like start to clap pretty heavily, looking pretty.
I was about to say, I felt like that would have been like a net positive reaction,
like it's like maybe like 15% are iffy, the rest are like real hyped.
Okay.
As in, some people wanted the show to go on, or maybe Abaddon to lift him again. Like there were some people who are just muscle brain, and that's what got them up.
Okay.
Corin will go onto the stage
and promptly bonk the mammothon.
Well, just turn to face everyone. Now scram!
That's not necessary. Thank you, Gorim. So, Jevabu, is it?
Yes. He's looking at you in like disbelief and absolute confusion about what happened, and it happened so fast.
I can see you are startled. I am myself as well. My blue friend here does things. Yes, he does things. He doesn't do a whole lot of thinking about them sometimes, but
Whoa,
he...
shit.
Come now. You saw a big man and you wanted to see if you could lift him up. There was no more thought than that.
No, more that Amethyst just left.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
I saw that too.
Oh shit!
Well, no, it's not even that I saw him. It's just it's like something from the outside told me that I couldn't lift it. And part of me just said, no, fuck that, I can.
Yes, I've met many Goliaths like you.
I'm a tiefling, but thank you. I do have a distinct, beautiful resemblance.
Oh, sorry, wait. Oh, my bad.
They are
All
tiefling,
good.
yes.
Oh, no. Well, that
Amethyst
doesn't make sense
say...
then.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, she just mentioned that Amethyst did say way earlier that they weren't feeling great, so I wouldn't be surprised if they leave. They haven't sent me a message or something, so it's either that or their internet died.
Okay.
As in, they might have fallen asleep. Maybe. I doubt that happened, but it's possible.
No, if they fell asleep, they wouldn't have left the chat. So it is Jevabu, yes.
Ethical.
Welcome back.
Oh, he's back!
You are
Yes.
terribly large. It's even... I just had to say it out loud. It's uncanny. I'm used to being one of the larger individuals around as even on the short end of a feeble, but you are an imposing figure. It seems that
Yes.
my blue friend has taken a liking to you, I think, Abaddon?
Yes.
I believe we are, in the next few days, heading towards an area you might consider your homelands. Would you be interested in joining us?
My homelands. Well, honestly, I need a little bit of time to come to understanding with what just happened. Did that man literally just sell me?
No.
No. I
You
won
did see
you.
exchange of coins.
I don't know. That feels like a perception.
they-
That feels like a perception check to me.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's do it that way.
I check to
what's your
see if they're
passive?
lying.
Ooh.
My passive
What's 11?
perception
Yeah, what's
or
your
Is that
wisdom?
correct? Yeah.
Yes, 11.
Okay. In that case, roll a Also, yeah. Out of fairness, I just intrigue. I'll let you roll a perception to see if you would have noticed that.
Okay.
Albeit it did happen in the past a little bit. I still think it's a good round way to go about it.
18.
Okay, so no, you definitely did see me hand him 2 coins.
Or is that the right character sheet, by the way?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
I'm on the Jevi boot character.
Okay. No, you want pot.
Okay. And also I was asking because you did say something in your little speech up to the big group of people about like me coming into your possession or something like that.
I don't feel like I worded it that way, but I did say something like that, yes. No, you are a free man. I just figured I'd offer you a place to go. It seems like you are certainly out of your, normal area here in this city. I can affirmatively tell you I've never seen one of you here, and I've been here potentially longer than you've been alive.
Well, I will say asking me to go home is probably one of the nicer responses I've had down here.
Now, let me get back to that. Norlis.
Yeah.
I'm trying to frame this. Within your perspective, in regard to what you said, where did you expect Javabu's home to be, and what did you mean by that statement? Because I'm trying to decide if I should have you roll a deception or not.
Well, I know Flat Elk is a colder area north of the general world, and Mammoth, cold area, north, that was my math.
Okay.
That was not an attempt at deception.
Okay, so you're being more generalist. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Jebba might not view it that way, but that was your intention.
Yeah. Well, I also haven't said where I plan on going yet, just that we think that it's likely to be closer to home than this is. I was actually about to get to that in character. My group, our group. I need to stop being so possessive term usage. Our group is seeking to go to the northwest, across the sea. I'm not certain if that is your home, but it might be a climate more suited to one of your size and furriness. I'm sorry, I'm a little lost for words in your presence at the moment.
I'm not looking to come home.
Okay.
I recently started seems to be a very long journey of well, you didn't even know of my people's existence, so I'd say that's self-explanatory.
No, I mean, I've heard of
You
you.
know-
I'm a scholar, I've been around the block, but I've not once seen one of you in person yet. You are the first of that.
What's
people
your
are-
favorite? Sorry.
Our people are near extinction, and I came down south to try and find knowledge to.
I don't want to cry, of course. That is an incredibly noble goal, of course. Is it a population thing? Is it a environment thing? Is it a fertility thing?
Our numbers have just been dwindling for generations and generations. Perhaps it's too little, too late.
Not to be crass, but have you just tried fucking more?
Yes, obviously that was one of our first options.
No, you see, they're like pandas. They can't act. They have a complex mating ritual that you can't have happen in a zoo because they're so private and like. So the fact that people keep going around, they can't get their rocks off, and that's why population's dropping. That is a real fun fact about pandas. That's why they weren't breeding in captivity, because they are shy and romantic.
Okay, so you have been trying that, but here's my question: that you
Have you been trying to do it more? Like it seems like something which you can just do
I've-
more.
no, I think it's a question of technique. Have you been putting it in the right,
Oh my goodness. Okay, and this is
You
why
know,
I
just
was
you-
leading the conversation. Thank you, Mr. Abaddon. Mr. Abaddon,
What-
thank you.
Look,
Mr.
I
Abaddon,
am
thank
saying,
you.
I am
Mr.
saying,
Abaddon, silence.
So you guys are on stage. A lot of people left, but there's still some people here.
Yeah, no, I probably would have like walked off to the side a little bit, like not dead center, right at the cusp of the stage. Have a little semblance of private conversation, privatism. I don't know.
Which
Privacy.
You just see Abaddon mimicking what he is trying to say in absolute silence, but with fierce conviction, as he hip thrusts the air, looking at
I need you to roll a
Abaddon.
performance check right now.
God, I know I don't pray often, but now's the time for that 20.
It could be worse. Could be worse. That's not bad.
This is why I'm Jewish.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Different God.
Now,
Gotcha.
Abaddon, that's not how you do it. You gotta do it. If you're going to at least demonstrate, you gotta demonstrate it properly.
And
I
he
do-
lifts a leg up and then pretends to lift the leg over his shoulder.
Mr. Jeffaboo, Well, is it just... Would it help? I can assist you in gathering information here. I am a seasoned veteran among these halls, but I don't know what information would be beneficial to you. What sort of information are you looking for?
I would assume aphrodisiacs.
To be to be honest, I do not know. And to answer your question from earlier, childbirth, we are quite large, so childbirth takes quite a toll on our females. Only so many of us can be born within a short period of time.
That seems like a horrible flaw.
So I see. Is it more the age, the age which your race naturally passes away from is not that is quite low compared to the amount of time it takes to reach maturity.
To me, it sounded like they might be having complications in the birth process itself. Is it you are losing women giving birth? Like,
Well,
during the process itself, I mean.
Well, yeah, that this is part of it. Although that's not the best outcome, so sometimes the females give birth less in order to
I'm very sorry about this,
have
but there are
around
3 scholars here and an idiot.
And you are telling them how to fuck. So I think there's 2 scholars here and 2 idiots. Wait, no,
Which
that's...
one am
I
I?
mean, they're not mutually exclusive, are they?
Wait, so just a quick thing. In terms of earlier, when I asked to get people to roll nature checks, determine what they were, Korurim, you got a 19 or 20 or something, correct?
I got 20, yeah.
Okay. You would know that, like, in regards to the that they're never going to produce, like, you don't know the specifics greatly, but you're in the understanding that they function a little like elephants. Okay, this is Ian's understanding of this. I don't know the specifics. I could be wrong. That it takes, like, quite a while to produce one, and then it's never going to be twins or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the assumption that's the case for elephants. If I'm wrong, okay. But also you would know just that actually, well, we could add maybe a history check to this, but just for quick mention of this, you would get the idea that another reason that their populations are kind of lowered was because they're kind of viewed by a lot of different cultures as like a way to prove yourself by hunting one, and that's been the case for a long time. And even if a lot of those cultures have kind of died out at this point or lessened in their location or degree regarding that, that likely also had an influence.
Does Korurim explain that to the other people who rolled poorly?
I imagine yes, in the confuzzle about actually talking about it in somewhat depth.
Okay. So there's 2 avenues in which I think we can pursue to assist you. And this is in hopes that you'll accompany us as well and assist us, mind you. A trade of equal exchange as well. Does that sound acceptable, Jeffaboo? Mr. Jeffaboo?
Please excuse my misgivings, but I'm a little wary of outsiders. The only ones I truly trust would be the Blue Ravens.
I'm a blue tiefling, if that helps.
Oh, you
What's
mean...
a raven?
You mean my son?
Has everyone bloody met them or something?
Yeah, I feel like we missed out.
It was a great group, but like fucking hell, they really have gotten around.
My son was the best man I've ever met, and I'm happy to have been the one to raise him. As I said, my name is Nornalis Andrin, father of Felden Andren. And it is to the northwest we go
Felden.
to find him.
I remember Felden. He was with Drell. Yes?
Yes, Drell is actually in the city now. You spoke to him earlier today.
Wow, what a coincidence. One of the only people I know is here in the city. You talked to him earlier today.
You know, when you say it like that, I can't help but say, yes, that sounds terribly dubious. But listen, as I said, Zevabu, you're a free man. I'm not going to force you one way or another. If you choose not to trust us,
we could write up a contract.
If you choose to trust us and our words, excellent. If not, I have not put my words to implore trust of you. I can offer coin to a degree, but I only have so much, and I don't believe that's what you're after at the moment.
Oh, yes. Well, seems like coin was what that professor was after. Right? That's why he left?
That professor had a mouth that could not cast the checks it writ. I'm not such a man. I cast my checks.
Cast like a wizard, because he's a wizard.
Yes, that's a 3rd level spell. Cast check. Only available if you are in a PNC subclass.
Right.
Thank
Cast
you.
check.
Well,
Thank you so much to whoever clapped, because that wasn't good, but I was proud of myself for the impromptness of that.
Uh-oh.
That sounded like a snort, not a
No,
snort.
Sounds like a snort.
That was a snort.
Yes, so would you care to accompany us? I can legally write a contract if you would like. For everyone's
Yes, I will
safety.
accompany. I will accompany you.
Excellent.
If you say you are the father of Felden,
I mean, certainly you see the resemblance, do you not?
yeah,
An
yeah, I see it.
An elf it never forgets? Question mark.
Oh my!
I didn't say that in character. That's why I said that in normal voice.
But it was still said.
Yes, I am. If what you say is true and you hold your word, I'm greatly indebted to you.
Excellent.
You saw. You said you saw Drell here earlier. Is there any
Yes.
chance you know where he is, so I could meet up with him?
I
It's been years and years and years.
I could inquire. He seemed that he was interested in rejoining the main troop of the Ravens, so I believe he might be planning to make his own journey northwestward.
Ah,
If we see him,
to join back up with your son and company.
I think that is his intention, yes. We are looking to employ a more, rapid means of travel than by land. So we will not be, catching up with him that way. We will likely be many days or even weeks ahead of him by the time he arrives.
He has already left?
I do not know. I think he was making his plans too. I will inquire and see if I can locate him so that you two may speak. He did mention that you were here, and when we said that we were looking to find Felden. So, it
He
seemed...
knew I was here?
It does appear to be that way, yes.
Hmm.
He seemed to be a man carrying much shame. I'm not entirely certain on the reasoning, though.
That was quite unlike him.
It's likely that he's done something he holds a lot of regret on. But it is not my place to push on that one. I simply wish to find my son and bring him home.
What you would know, or actually, what would seem odd to you, Jevabu, is that although you didn't necessarily know the Rulians for that long, but you knew them long enough to get the idea of it. The idea that they would separate to this degree is kind of odd. Like, it's weird that a member would be like really, really far from the other members without there'd probably be a good reason for that, or
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah,
it
and
would,
also it seems weird that...
no.
Also, it seems weird that he'd know I was here, but just tell this random guy about it.
Well,
Or like not,
no,
or like if he knew I was there, he probably knew somewhat the condition in which I was there. So that seems weird too.
Nornless, you would know at the very least. You're not sure how long this person's been in town, or Drell's been in town, but you do know that if Drell's seen them before, they make note of the fact that of that, and the fact that there's posters for this show or previous shows of this throughout at least there's a decent number of them that you pass by getting to the library.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what? That didn't sound like a complete thought, huh?
Sorry, but the main thing is that the idea is that if there are multiple posters of it, perhaps they saw it on a poster. And
okay.
Shit, it's that guy.
Gotcha.
Should probably mention things. If there's posters of it, that seems a bit odd that they're down here.
Yeah, I would have mentioned that he might have seen posters of that the quack professor had put up around town.
Yeah.
Now, I think the important question at the moment is, where am I going to have you stay before we leave town? Oh, goodness. Where have you been staying up until now? Just outside?
Meta-wise, I don't think we had to discuss this too much. So,
Yeah,
okay.
Good question.
I'd say you probably there's a room in the back of this theater which you probably would have been at certain times, but initially for a little bit you would have likely been outside the city a little bit walls, and then at other points you may have kind of awkwardly been placed along some of the inner city farmland. You've probably been in a bunch of different locations, a lot of which being uncomfortable and awkward.
Mm-hmm. They definitely tucked me back here in this corner. Okay. Just wherever I could fit.
Well, for the time being, let's all get a meal together. Speak a little more frankly while our stomachs are full. Yes, my treat.
I can't complain about a free meal.
One thing I would mention, Normless, is you would know that the Toad Tavern is famous for having being relatively large of the size of its like doors and buildings, as its creator wanted to basically make somewhere where like even the assumed enemy, the giants, would be welcome, and thus it has big doors. That would be the main place you would. I mean, you could eat at home, but you're not sure if this well, you're not really sure. Sorry, I was gonna say Corum, I'm still learning the names. Jebaboo would be able to get inside your house, but they probably would be able to get inside the tavern if you, at the very least.
Okay. I was about to make up a restaurant name on the spot and just say we'll go there.
Okay.
I think this would be a good spot to end for the day.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what I was
that
gonna
was
say.
the anticipation.
Okay. We're gonna rush into boom fights really quickly, but before, does anyone have any things to add about the session or anything? Because this is a session where I kind of knew I had to get some stuff done within it, and then also have 2 people introduced, which is kind of a hectic session. So I was fully expecting it to be so.
I think it went relatively well. I think when we were anticipating having such a heavy workload in the future, or any time in the future, we might just want to cut down on less necessary details, like only superficial things, and laser focus in to ensure that the session flows real nicely. Because there was times where I'm like, okay, that's a lot of detail. I really want to get Dre and Thomas into things right now.
Yeah.
But I don't want to leave the current task I'm in, and the current task I'm in is taking longer than I anticipated it taking.
Yeah.
That's my mentality.
It's player, it's player wants versus character wants, or such and such.
Yeah.
It's like realistically, they'd spend a lot more time just chatting, but you need to move on.
Yeah, that's why I still tried to get those things in without trying to get them overly complicated, because I think it would be weird to have some of those things been done after the fact. So it's like I wanted to get at least some of the stuff in, especially the biggest thing being the first stuff, the Drell encounter, because that was kind of also important to kind of issue in the other stuff, and also the Drell encounter I had kind of hinted at pretty heavily in some of the RPs that happened the other weeks. Which I'm still surprised Sardonyx never opened the door. But that, other than that, and we're gonna go right into boom points unless someone had something to say. I will first do Amethyst boom point because I asked her since they were gonna go, or asked them. Let's see, if they're going to give a boom point to Abaddon for their feat of strength.
Let's go.
Okay, then I'm gonna give a boom point. Look, I might give another in a second, but the main one I'm gonna give is Korarim. For, albeit you didn't say a lot of have too much to say initially, but every sentence you had when you were firstly introduced was great. I really like that. I like the way you voiced it. I'm happy. I know it's kind of a scary thing to get into and hard to standardize, but I thought it was really good. I'm really
prepare for that voice to change non-stop.
Yeah, and I can't. That's my curse as well. So I can't yeah. It's
every so often I've been like, how do I do the voice? And can I get it done consistently? The answer is no.
You'll fall in somewhere.
Say, since these are recorded, it might be kind of helpful for that.
I agree. I've had to go back. I had to go back to the first session of the eyeball sequence because during the second, I forgot what path sounded like.
Yeah, it's also trying to get something that sounds semi-bird-like.
No, I think you did a good job.
Which,
without just defaulting to full goblin mode.
Also, speaking of weird voices, I do want to just mention. Sorry for the scream bit. I thought that'd be a fun way to do that.
No, it was cool. I was startled. I was not bothered by that at all.
Keep in mind, most sessions that's not going to happen. The reason it happened this session is because my parents aren't home and I'm home alone. This would have been a perfect session. If it wasn't for all the stuff we had to get through, it could have been a session where I introduced a certain NPC, but I didn't do that because of the session being a heavy session with a lot of stuff to be done.
You're fine.
Okay. People can kind of guess what that might be. Who would like to go next for boom points?
Dre, go next. You were the last person given a point.
I'll give mine to Nonolus for carrying the RP at the start.
Thank you very much. I will give my boon point to Jebaboo for having to get interrogated about fertility issues and rolling with it quite well actually, and like, yes, no, these childbirth, it takes long, like having, I don't know if you pre-planned that, but you rolled with it super well, and I'm like, a fucking kudos to you either on improv skills or like preparing skills.
If if that's the character background's main focus.
Nope, that was
weird.
completely off the cuff.
That was great.
I've not thought about it that much before.
Great. That's
But it's
awesome.
a good question, a question that probably had to be asked.
Why would
After
venture?
you-
Well, the race isn't making enough people. Okay, right. What is the actual issue?
Yeah, why aren't you fucking?
It's like, oh, I mean, it's not the issue. You need to fuck more. It's like, oh, well, that's not the issue. It's the it's the part that comes after.
I have two solutions to Zebabu's problem moving forward, so we'll see which are necessary.
Great. Okay. I'm gonna give my boom point to Abaddon for doing like the most barbarian thing ever. Like a fighter would be like, I want to fight it. A wizard would be like, I want to learn about it. Bard would be like, I want to fuck it, but the barbarian goes, I want to pick it up.
Yep.
I just want to.
And then yeah, the like, why aren't you fucking enough? That was really, really funny too. Actually, it made me think for a second.
Oh fuck, man.
All right, Abaddon, your last
So
one.
that's mine.
I gotta give mine to. I'm sorry. How do I?
Jevabu?
Jevabu. Jevabu. I gotta give mine to you, bro. You fucking endured the biggest nonsense in the first 10 minutes of getting put in this game.
Yep. There are a couple ways that could have gone.
I just want to
getting out of it was one of them, but I wasn't expecting to be picked up. That's a new one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of something for your troubles, cause that was torture. Welcome to the group, mate.
You're fucking massive.